Ho, ho, ho. Hope everybody's in the holiday spirit, even though there's blood on the streets. We're not going to let that shake us, are we? Landscraper, what's up? Deerslayer, Pedro, Clockington, what's happening? Crypto Artie, how are you? Claudia, wanna get lost? One gets lost? Well, that's interesting. Who else is here? Ryan, what's up, man? Robert McLeod, what's up? Mr. Fast Abdoul, sir, good to see you. Yeah, man, looking at these old videos, it's a different time. It really was, man. It's another world. Yippee-ki-yay, sir. VP Crypto, what's happening, man? You know I wasn't going to start without you, right? Let's some more volume on this. John McLean says buy pDAI. That's right, he did say that, didn't he? That's very true. Luke, what's happening? Stroked out. Is pDAI really crashing? We're going to look at that. Absolutely, we're going to look at that. I think it's doing exactly as I predicted. But hey, I'm open to making adjustments. This is the market. We're going to move with it. We're flexible over here, but right now it's exactly where I predicted. Oh yeah. Let's get this going, shall we? We got a lot to talk about. Oh, I lost the mouse. Mouse troubles. There we go. Yes, sir. Fat Sammy, what's going on? Hex Girl buying more pDAI. Ooh, I got Hex fans here. I got some news for the Hex people. I got news for the pDAI people. I got a lot of really interesting news for everybody, actually. We're going to look at charts. I got some interesting reveals. I got some deep alpha I want to share with you because I think everybody learned a big lesson on this dump. Last week, I was sharing my concerns and people wanted to fill my head with, oh, but the ETF and the blah, blah, blah. Look, I look at charts. Charts of the king, and I have a very interesting way that I look at charts. Very interesting way. So we're going to look at all that. We're going to look at everything. Brian, what's up? Good to see you, man. Where's Pedro? Oh, that's all my inbox is filled with. Where's Pedro? Where's Pedro? I don't know where Pedro is. What? He's in the chat. He's here. He's doing his hair and makeup right now. He's a bit of a diva. He's a bit of a diva, not gonna lie. He's doing his hair and makeup right now. Let's start with some Hex news. I got some really cool Hex news to show you. Let's go right to the Hex news. Where's the Hex news? All right, here's Coinfessions. That on the screen? Yeah. Last month I sold everything I had and put around 600,000 K in Hex on Pulse Chain. I have around 1.5 million currently, and I promised myself to not touch it for the next 12 months. I'm here for glory. That's a smart person. I think this might have been the smartest move. And that's pretty bullish. That's bullish. Did anybody see that on chain? Sunglasses. I'm coming. He says he's coming. He's almost out of hair and makeup, guys. So this is really bullish, guys. Oh, even when it show me.
Welcome aboard, my friend. I see you've just discovered that Hex is a better Bitcoin. In fact, Hex is up 22% in the past day. Bitcoin's only up like 6. So we're like 4 times better than Bitcoin. This is 100% confirmed. You might have to buy yourself a yacht manager in the next year, because 600k in Hex on Pulse Chain might be 60 million one day. Welcome aboard, my friend. I see you've just discovered that.
We just saw some Hex news up here. Somebody put 600,000 K in Hex on Pulse Chain. It's nice. It's really nice. All the crazies are out.
You thought you could bait us?
I don't know if this is good or bad for the price. Anyone heard of? Oh, the shillers are out. Milady, yeah. We love buying those green candles. We eat them up. Nice, nice. I got more Hex news. I don't know where it is. Okay. Here goes from Jason Casino. He says, if you can't handle the volatility of altcoins, then do not come. Who's new to crypto? This is their first bull run. Who bought the ETF news bullshit? I'm going to show you in the charts. Told us what was going to happen. It was all in the charts, guys. Embrace the chaos of 2024. All right, so this is the sentiment right now. All right. That's good. That's a good point. Like the video if you want your coins to pump. Miles Ducher says, got this text from a friend. I think a lot of retail are thinking like this. Message to the class of 2024. This is completely normal. This is completely normal, by the way. We had the same thing last cycle and happened in 2017 too. This is absolutely par for the course. He says, in fact, 30+% on alts, up or down, are extremely common during bull markets. This is what the person said. Should I hold or sell my XRP and Doge right now? And you can put whatever you want in there. You could put pDAI in this line, right? You could say, should I hold or sell my pDAI right now? I entered right after Trump election, so this is my first bull run. I haven't seen a dip like this before. I'd rather get out now than lose money. If it goes down and most people have confidence it'll go back up in January, I'll hold. I think a lot of people are about to get left behind. And the market barely moved. Yeah, I've been seeing so many pDAI videos that are pDAI is about to crash to a penny. pDAI is coming down. Everyone jumped on the pDAI FUD train today. And I'm going to show you something in the charts, because all I do is I look at charts. I'm not that interested in sentiment, except in terms of knowing which way the herd is going. And you know, on this channel, we bring you pure alpha, straight from the charts. I don't care what the herd is doing. I know what we need to do. And that's why we've always been on the right side of the trade. Sell it all once we are down 20%. It's over, imagine. Well, you know, there are times when that might make sense. I don't think this is one of those times. I'm going to show you guys why in just a minute. But Crashes Clay said, this is the dip to condition and scare you into selling early on the rip off all rips higher. It's conditioning you for later on in the bull run. I believe that 100%. I do believe in market psychology. That is something I do research, and I feel confident to advise on. We got a friend here. It's a star you guys have all been waiting for. Where is he at? Where we put Pedro today? Oh, what's up, Pedro?
Can you hear me?
We got you, buddy. How you doing? We got you really zoomed in.
I'm good, thanks, bro.
Yeah. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
I'm on my phone, so sorry about that.
You're on your phone?
My laptop is having issues. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Everyone's happy to see you. Everybody wanted to know, where's Pedro? Where's Pedro? My inbox is literally filled with how's Pedro? What's Pedro been up to? That's it.
Of course.
Nobody even asked, how are you doing, Saint? Just, what's Pedro doing?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, makes total sense. I get it. I'm like the star, right, with the sunglasses. So. I'll send it to you one day. I'll send you these sunglasses. Actually, I might come to visit you in March. So
You gonna come visit?
yeah, because I have a bachelor's party, and I think it's near where you live. So
Okay,
yeah.
great, man. We'd love to see you. Who'd love to
Yeah.
see a live stream in person?
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So we were just
But
talking.
we need to get shit faced, but so
We can get shit faced. I think I have a feeling March is going to be rather a time we need to pay a lot of attention. A lot of attention. Yeah, I do.
agree.
I do. I really do think so. So we can only get so loosey goosey. But we'll see how we can fit it in. We're just playing it moment to moment, chart by chart. We were just talking about market psychology. I do believe that this is to condition people later on in the cycle. I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Let's.
I agree. I hope so. It would be good. Like if you could maintain this, this dump, or like sideways for a month, that would be good.
Let's see how long we get. Let's see. Crypto Artie, I agree with you. I feel like angels are all around. If you allow grace into your life, they just pour blessings. You guys just got to tap into that thing. It's not a secret. It's called grace. It's everywhere. I don't want to scare you guys. What's that? That is not real. What's this? The same playbook. Oh, what is this? I haven't seen this yet. What this person put up? Fake hat. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, history doesn't repeat, but it certainly rhymes. It certainly rhymes. Yeah. I think I more agree with this chart than I disagree with that chart.
100%.
Yeah. So this is another thing that just happened. We know what's going on. I just want you guys to understand the mass fuckery that's going on. BlackRock, the big institutions, they don't want you to make money. All right? They know everybody's in alts. They do. By the way, I've had a conversation like over a year ago with somebody who's an extraordinarily experienced Wall Street trader, and big money knows that most of us degens are in altcoins. They know we're not on Bitcoin, and that's why it was another guy that told me, not the same guy. Remember, I told you last week. I told you this trader told me like they're gonna bury ETH this cycle and keep it down. So now you're seeing. I told that story when Fat Sammy was on, and so far that trader has not been incorrect. He's been right, absolutely so far. We're gonna look at that ETH chart in a second. Yeah. So this is kind of cool news. Hybrid air vehicles, Airlanders, a helium airship. Pretty sick, right? This is designed by AI. It's a helium starship. No, it's not a starship, but it's pretty cool.
It looks like a blimp.
Yeah. Pretty interesting architecture going on there. Okay. Actually, I'm going to give you guys the alpha later on. Let's look at some charts. You got to get rid of the Jeets. You got to get rid of the Jeets first. Trump will pardon Ross. I hope so. I think he should. I think that was way overkill.
I doubt it.
You doubt it? Yeah, I don't know if he's allowed to, right? His hands might be tied.
Exactly. Good
Guys,
point.
You have to understand, Trump is a very vulnerable man, and he's very smart. And at this point, the deep state has entrenched itself deeply into the system. They've had a long time. 4 years has been plenty of enough time to make sure they get their way. I think Trump knows it. I think he's limited with what he's going to be able to do. There's just no doubt in my mind about that. So just be realistic. Don't forget a bullet almost went right through him, to his vital parts. Maybe they grazed him on purpose, letting him know, like, hey, what are you going to do, man? The next one's not going to graze him, that's for sure. So,
Yeah, I think he got lucky. Well, lucky.
You think he just got lucky? Yeah.
Yeah. Divine intervention, call it.
Maybe. Yeah. But he knows the next time they're going to make certain, right? So he's got to play ball. He's got to play ball. He's not.
That's a good point.
Yeah, this is the way it is. Taylor, welcome to crypto. Okay, I'm going to share some alpha on this later on. Let's go look at the charts. What was I looking at here? So you see BTC dominance. Remember, I was telling everybody, don't get too excited until we get a retest, and we got a retest, but we didn't break down. We broke back up into the BTC channel, and that is why you always wait for retest confirmation. Okay, and it was fuckery at full tilt. I mean, they came back, retested, rejected, but it didn't fall apart. It came down a little bit and popped right back in. Okay, so now we're back at 60% dominance. So I'm quite certain they're not done with BTC yet. S&P has bounced really nicely. That's good. I think this could be just par for the course. Okay, Bitcoin, what's going on? Well, see, we came up here to 108. Okay, we've come down, we've tested the bottom of this channel. We've wicked below it, which is fine. We've done that before. We don't have a confirmation of this move. This is absolutely normal in trading. You can wick below. It's not a big deal. Without a confirmation, it's actually, there's a name for it actually when it wicks below like that, technical name. But you see we bounced right back in, okay? And we've been bought up in this range. And to be honest, it looks pretty strong, okay? It looks pretty strong. I think that was the dip. That was the good, the fear porn. Now ETH, let's look at it. Now, some of you guys that have been with, some of you guys have been with me last week, and you remember, Pedro, do you remember when I went off about my concerns with ETH?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it was very interesting. You have a double top here. We broke this right here. I'm on the 12-hour. Okay. I told everybody that's not good. It's really bad. Mm-hmm. Okay, because you're coming out of an inverse head and shoulders, which I was working on the chart, so you don't see it right now. That's an extraordinarily bullish pattern. Okay, we were up here at this inverse head and shoulders. Okay, and you got your breakout target. I think that's it. Okay, so just roughly, really quick, you broke out of it, and you fell underneath this line of support that it was in for a long time, going all the way back to November, which is fine. It's okay. We came back up, and then we got rejected a second time. And that's when I think last week I went off about my concerns about Ethereum. And a lot of new traders that just use indicators and data on the charts, they don't understand price action and structure. Okay, because I remember Money Gang jumped in and he was like quick to tell me, oh, you're being bearish, St. Wolf. They're buying ETFs, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, if it's on the news, it's meant to make you look the wrong way, okay?
Sure.
You're never on my channel going to hear me say ETF or the news said this. I don't care. The chart told me, this right here told me that big money, and by the way, sophisticated money trades ETH. Sophisticated money doesn't trade like regular altcoins, but they're in Ethereum. Yeah. Big money's in Ethereum. And when you see this happen, and then it hit it again, it fell out, rejected, and it's going up to test again weekly, like in a weak fashion, somebody knew something. Big money knew something. I don't care what the news tells you. I don't care what your other favorite trader said. I was saying I'm really concerned about Ethereum, and I was vehement about that. And Fat Sammy was there too, and then on another episode on the live, I also brought this issue up again, and look what happened. Exactly like I thought. Something was wrong. And big money knew. That's why it was falling apart. It was getting bought up because everyone saw. That's why they released the news right at that right time. Oh, they're buying ETF inflows. And maybe there were ETF inflows. It doesn't mean they're not selling out a back door, or it doesn't mean BlackRock can handle a drawdown. They could take a drawdown just to shake you out, okay? But some people knew that was coming, and you can tell by this price action, okay? Because I'm really honed into price action, okay?
Yeah, price action is the truth, man. So
that's the truth. That's why I just look at charts. I'll almost even never refer to a MACD or fib or anything. I'm literally train myself to look at the price action. Okay. Now, what happens now? How far are we going to go down? I think your move could be done. I think this might have been a sufficient shakeout. But look, your 200 is just above 3,000. If it were to come all the way down, you've got a lot of support around 3,100, but you have a lot of support where it is now. Okay. Could it keep going lower? It's possible. I think it could be done. I think this, because if we fall from here, we're going to do another big fall. Okay. So I think this might have been the shakeout they intended, and they got it. And people that bought the news, they got wrecked. All right. That's why you don't look at the news. I don't care what the news says. I don't even want to know about inflows, because if they're inflows, the chart will tell me. I mean, I can see it.
The price will move. Yeah. Exactly.
That's it, man.
Okay. Let me add something. Like, man, I think I wrote over like 1,000 articles, like for different media, like in total, right? Like way over 1,000, like Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, I don't know, like a bunch of them, right? Bros, it's like, don't read that shit. Like avoid all news. It's pointless. Honestly, it's worthless. Like I don't think I read news for the past, I don't know, 5 years, whatever. Doesn't matter. Like, it's a long time. Like TV for 10 years at least. I haven't watched that. Like anything. Like TV shows, sure, but like news and stuff, it's pointless. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. It will confuse you, right? It's not gonna give you any important information, right? So yeah, just look at the chart.
Yeah, you have to look at price action or find your few people that understand price action. And I'm going to share some other data with you guys too. I'm going to share some sick alpha with you. I want the Jeets to leave though. I don't want to tell everybody. Let me see here. Yeah, I think this might be the drawdown, but this should teach people, and this should teach anyone that's watching the news that, hey, who cares ETF inflow, blah blah blah. Dude, this is the king. This is the king.
Sure, exactly.
This is the king.
Exactly, man.
I was bringing this up since last week that I was really concerned about ETH, and people were mad at me. And people came on the stream and blah blah blah. I mean, I'm not saying like, look, I'm proven to be right, but come on, like, this was the warning sign to me that something's not good. This isn't good. You can't have a breakout of an inverse head and shoulders and just fall out of trend right here that easily. That told me somebody knew something was coming. Okay, and big money always knows because they know people. Okay, I've sat in Wall Street at those Sunday brunches or in Miami. At those brunches over trays of oysters keep coming and bottles of Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio keep opening. I know how these guys talk, and they all know each other, man. Everyone talks. It's the way it is. Okay, I'm going to share some people cheated out of the stream. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys some sick alpha. Yeah, thanks, Brian. You were listening last week. Good. Somebody told me this. This wasn't the same guy that told me they're going to hold ETH down. This was somebody else I really expect, and he's a trader I knew from Manhattan. And he said to me, look, they know, and when he says they, he means market makers. He means big money, okay? He said they know that every teenager now has TradingView, and every teenager can open the Pi Cycle and a Gaussian channel and an Ichimoku cloud and a fib thing and all that. They know that you have that. Just think about it. So when I see traders and they're using all this stuff, I'm like, dude, you're fucked, bro. They know you have that. They know what price that's feeding you, what areas support and resistance, and where you think the channel is, blah blah blah. And what BlackRock has, now this isn't even all the other ones. BlackRock has an AI machine called Aladdin, and Aladdin is rumored to be the best AI in the world, like better than what Google has apparently. And you better believe these AIs are feeding companies like BlackRock or these market makers strategies, or like where to turn markets, or blah, or I don't know how they're using them, right? I'm not privy quite into that level of the world, but I do have enough friends that fill me in with interesting alpha, like the fact that, hey man, going forward, forget all that stuff, that TA stuff, to some extent, because they know you have it. Literally, teenagers sell courses on YouTube teaching TA. So I had to train myself over this last year to start looking at price action differently. So I focused on volume and price action, which I noticed the times I've been on trading floors, that's what the best guys were doing. They actually didn't have that many indicators open, believe it or not. You'd be surprised at how cowboy these guys are, and they're moving tens of millions, hundreds of millions on trades in a day. So I've trained myself to look at candles, wicks, price action, and volume.
Otherwise, it's also like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
Because everybody's literally looking at the same shit, right?
Yes,
so like whoever has the
Yep.
most money can easily, like move the markets in the direction that they want. It has always been like that, right? But like I agree with you, in crypto now it's much more aggressive.
It's much more aggressive. It's much more volatile. The fuckery is at full tilt. You're gonna have to think outside the box. If you don't have a fundamental, if you need to open indicators to understand what's going on here, you're wrecked. This is too basic. This move on ETH was super basic. The fact that it broke this trend, came up, retested. I don't care about ETF inflows, man. This was telling me big money knew something. Because you have to understand who trades ETH. ETH and BTC are big money, sophisticated traders. They're using algorithms to trade. They're using, it's really crazy, the sophistication in how they trade. So we're not gonna outsmart them, okay? It doesn't matter how many indicators you open. You won't outsmart these people. You need to look at basics. You need to come back to fundamentals. All right, that's just the best shot, I believe, that we have. Weird markets around solstices. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
that's true too.
amigo. That's a very good point, bro.
Very good point, man.
Like 2017, it was the top. It was around 21 December. It was like 19 of December, something like that. But it was around that time, I think.
I do use moon phases. I've literally
wait.
No, I do.
Wait.
But I do.
I think with the exception of the last one, 2021, I think like 2017 it was December, and the one before that, 2013, 14, it was also like December. So or is it November? It was around that time, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
So we have to think outside the box. I think moon phases. That's why I like what Waters Above does, how he brings in numerology and moon phases, because
Waters Above is nice.
Yeah, because you're not going to outsmart the market makers with your indicators and data. That era ended. That era's over. There was a time when you could do that. I want you guys to understand and know that. Okay, that era is ending though. You have to take your sophistication to a different level. Taking historical.
Like what's the name of that girl on Twitter? Like she did the moon thing. What's her name? Like she was super big in 2021. She was doing all the moon phases and all that stuff. The tarot stuff, not tarot, but like the energy stuff. Like she's super famous, man. I don't remember.
She ended up doing OnlyFans. Is that the girl?
Yes,
she
exactly,
ended up.
exactly.
Yeah, she got wrecked. Yeah. Look, you still have to know price action first. You got to know price action first.
Yeah, of course.
You got to know your basic support, resistance, supply, demand, market dynamics. That's the first thing you got to know. It's the first thing you got to know. Let's go look at. So I'm just going to show you. I'll tell you guys that later. We need to get more Jeets. I'm going to tell you guys when all the Jeets leave. I got something else to tell you.
Bro, do you want to know something awesome? Man, I can't believe I don't remember her name, because I used to work with her, like not directly with her, but I worked with Matty Greenspan, like on his team, and she was also on his team. So I had meetings with her. It was amazing, bro. It was just like it was amazing. It was amazing. It was fun. Good
Fat Sammy just said it. Aladdin's designed to play against your indicators to trap you. Yeah, that's why you see I use minimal, and I'm just way ahead of the curve. Because I talk to people that do this for a living, and this year I spent retraining how I look at charts. That's it. Okay, so I drew this purple box live on stream for you guys, a week ago? It was last week, okay? Where are we at? We're still in it. We came right in and we've been wicking around my purple box. I still haven't changed my thesis. I did draw this to be open because anything's possible. I think I was pulling a bull flag from here or something. I don't remember what I was doing. We don't need that right now. Okay, pDAI. So a lot of FUD's been coming out. Everyone's still expecting a penny or a about 13.5 cents, which are technical targets. They're absolutely valid. Okay. Once again, I do think we're going to be front run. I think this is very strong. The range I said was in my Telegram. I told everyone 0.017 to 0.02, and we're range bound in that range because this is a powerful area. Is it possible we break down? It is, of course, but I don't think we do. I'm still biased to saying 0.017, 0.016 may be the best price you get. Worst case scenario, maybe 0.013, 0.014, okay? But I don't think we go there, but it's possible, okay? I have to tell you guys. Now, I did something interesting because I wanted to see why my eye was drawn to this range. And obviously I was looking at the candles, the activity. One thing I want to show you guys is I think I was looking at the proportion at how fast we were bought up on these dips. And I want you to see that it didn't change, which means the bullish sentiment is still the same as it was, even though we got a lower low here. And I'm going to show you why I spend so much time looking at wicks and candles. Okay. So if I take that wick to that candle close, you got about a 20%, okay? And if I come over here to this one, which was the other low, range low we got, which was 0.0169, which is 0.001 below my call so far, and I run it up, you see it's 16%. Let me double check that. Okay, so 16% here, 20% there to the close. So it's still quite strong. It's still quite strong. Okay, people are willing to jump in and buy this up in this range. Okay, you see it's still being bought. I think at this point it really matters how long we go sideways, or most importantly down. I don't think going sideways is going to affect this price that much, but if we do see a bigger crash, we're going possibly to lower targets. But I think that bigger players are in pDAI, which means they're more sophisticated traders and they may hold a floor. So you have to be ready for that. I'm not convinced yet. Now, I have this line of confluence right here for the range. But you know what's interesting? I just went back for the fun of it and I just drew a line just to play. I did this like this morning. And I just took a line from these tops to this top and it ran me right here. All right. So where would this be? 0.0166. And what did I say? I drew my box to 0.017. So I'm still pretty confident about my choice here. You know what's interesting? Where I drew this box, I just eyed it and I drew it, the range. It ends at December 24th on Christmas Eve. How crazy would it be if we bounced in this range and then it came to Christmas Eve and we just launched? That would be crazy. So I'm still quite bullish on pDAI. I'm still quite bullish. The work maybe spoof traders. Oh, I'm going to tell you guys some alpha about crypto you need to know about, because something they discovered on Solana, and it's something I know for a fact that happens. So it's going to help you guys understand I probably shouldn't even tell you. There's probably going to be people pissed if I tell you this about the crypto markets, but I'm going to tell you. G-Baby, let's go look at G-Baby. Exactly. We need to look at G-Baby. G-Baby. Okay, look. If I use this trend line going from up here, then this would have been our ABC because we broke out of the range, okay? We're looking good. That might have been your low. And I missed it. I think I was sleeping. It happened so fast. I'm so pissed. Because it came into my box and like literally wicked all the way down. Now, we can draw a new trend line. We can say, okay, let's adjust that, okay? And we're still range bound. I think we're still looking good. I don't see any big issues here with G-Baby. It looks very strong. As a matter of fact, I would be. Yeah, I know we got this, but I don't really have anything to get confluence with it. So I'd say this might be your range, which is a falling wedge, which is quite bullish. And where's Christmas Eve? Right here. yeah, I guess it could range down. And look at the confluence you have with this trend line going up, right? What if Christmas Eve is the day? Christmas Eve is literally, I think, Tuesday. Tell me your secrets. Fast Abdoul, you're going to be mad if I tell them the secret. Those unhappy with their pDAI bag, start praying for your target buy zone. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah. I'm still bullish on G, baby. I also believe you need to understand that if pDAI breaks down, where's pDAI? Yeah, where'd it go? Because of how much is in Pulse Chain and how much this is bonded to, if this were to come down to your target of 1 cent, dude, you're going to have a lot of problems. What do you think, Pedro?
I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's happening, but I'm saying it would cause a lot of other issues on Pulse Chain if that happened.
I mean, it would be like the most extreme, and best opportunity to buy.
It would
pDAI,
have a buy opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
So, Inc. Is in this falling wedge, which is quite bullish. There's a lot of support down here where it's at. I think you're getting great buy opportunities. I don't see us falling apart. This is quite a bullish pattern here. Let's go look at purple Bitcoin. What's going on here? I think very much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think it's range bound. Technically, yes, these targets are in play. I even ran fibs just to. What the hell happened? I don't. It's not going to happen. I don't see us really breaking down. Once again, if this and pDAI broke down, you'd have much bigger issues to worry about on Pulse Chain. Because these are massive. You see this 175 million. What's that? Market cap of pDAI is $500 million almost at this point. And it's liquidity bonded all over the place. It's necessary. Maybe. Is it necessary? I think it'd be very helpful. This is a massive bull flag, guys.
Yeah.
This is a massive bull flag. This looks quite strong. This looks quite strong. Let's look at the daily. The visible volume, is that the volume profile?
Yeah, VPVR, I think so.
Yeah, so that I have that over here. And I put the range of my box is almost I just eyeballed this, okay? On the video live, okay? I left it, I haven't touched it since there. But yeah, your range is probably 0.02 to 0.017, which is what I posted in the Telegram. And yeah, so far that's exactly where we are. So let's see what happens. Penrose did a bounce. This is an Atropa meme coin. Sir Penrose is a physicist, an astrophysicist. Sir Richard Penrose, I believe is the name. It's bounced, so it's holding on the breakout. So it broke out, and it's literally, this is its retest. So everything looks healthy here. G baby, yeah, G baby looking good. Yeah, we're looking good. It's at the top of my purple. Maybe we'll get it down here before we break out. Maybe I'll get $40. PTGC, okay, looking good. This is your last line of support. Okay, we were over here. It broke. Okay, retested, come down. Now I'm taking the points from earlier on, which is absolutely valid. If this breaks, we're in trouble on PTGC. But I mean, we're looking good. It has made a really big run. It could need to consolidate, but supposedly it's moving with the market to some extent with the Pulse Chain. Inc. RC. Yeah, let's look up CDAI. We're gonna look at that too. Okay, Yeah, G baby. Did ink. So Treasury bill has broken an important trend line, and it's retested it and been rejected. Come down here to 4 hours. Let's see. So I don't know what's going on. We'll see. There's still so much speculation right now about Treasury bill, but it's just going sideways right now. And it broke down to die, so it's weakening against some of its strongest pairs. You can see it's possibly going to get a rejection there. Let's see what happens. We don't know yet. A little too early to tell. Let's go look at yeah, Pulse, same thing, very similar to incentive. We're in this falling wedge. I think there's a lot of support right here. Okay. Could it come all the way down here? Yeah, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I think we'll get. I think it'll bounce out of here shortly, not too far away, either by this weekend or early next week, and it'll do a retest. Could do a slightly lower low, but then it's going to be off to the races because you got a lot of support right here, 600 at the $600 million market cap. So you guys who like prices, I think that's 4065. But we're looking good. We're looking really good. Okay. Yeah. I'm still quite bullish. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you like the tunes. We're going to look at PulseX really quick. They're all doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. Everything's doing the same thing on Pulse Chain. So this is break. We don't want this to break down. Yeah, it kind of looks like PTGC in a way, in the sense that it's come to the last line of last trend line of support. But once again, you have a falling wedge here, which is quite bullish. And I'm pretty confident about it. Let's go look at. I want to see BTC really quick. The S&P, or it's closed. That's fine. What did? Yeah, BTC dominance broke back in. We can look at these. BTC. Yep. See that head and shoulders? So it played out. Okay, that's why we were charting it. That's why I told you I was concerned. Oof. That tells me BTC is probably going to run, because I don't see ETH breaking down a lot more, though it is possible, and that would suck. If that were to, but we are underneath the support band, okay? Let me see. Hang on, let me. How did I? No. If this breaks, this head and shoulders breaks down, we're going right to. So it's still a retest. It's still within. You know, we broke out. We're coming down. I think we do get this, because that would be our beautiful retest right there. There we go. So that means BTC is going to shine here for a bit. I mean, we saw that in this chart. Okay, it's come back in. It wants to rip again, which means this has to come down and do a retest. Remember, when you see things break out, it doesn't mean anything yet. You always need a retest. You need confirmation for it, okay? You're very welcome. Coexistent. You're not getting your penny, brother. No, you told your friends 1.4 cents on pDAI? I mean, it's possible. You know, like I said, I think I said, what did I say, 1 point? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I'm still quite bullish that this is the lowest you're going to get up through here in this range. I think Pedro is agreeing with me. Okay.
100%, man.
So 0.1675. So, I mean, you're at 0.018. I'd be DCing right now. Okay. People waiting down here, I think, are going to be left behind. But we'll see. We'll see. Once again, it's probabilities.
Look,
it's a market.
it
can
could
do
happen
anything
if Bitcoin crashes, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
If
If there's
Bitcoin crashes again, like sure, but
yeah,
I think it's a big if.
right. And this is being bought up really good right now. We just have a wick below. I don't see a lot of energy to the downside. If this comes up and you have another red candle and it holds above here, that's it, dude. We're about to rip. We're going to rip. So my theory is still the same. If the whole market has to break down a lot more for there to genuinely be that much selling pressure on pDAI or purple Bitcoin. They're holding up really good. Only then will you get these lower targets if BTC falls out of this range. And do I think it's going to? No, I do not. I think this is a big psychological shakeout. I think right here, I'm not going to pull up leverage charts and all that, but if you look at longs, they were incredible. People were over leveraged big time right here. So the market maker had to crush it. And remember, people's stop losses were right here at this old high. They were at the bottom of some of these. But certainly most stop losses would have been set at this line. A lot of them would have been, all right? And this might have been low enough to handle most of them, okay? And that's the nature of leverage in markets, man. Market makers still got to make money too. So I think that's what this was. This was a big flush. And also to Ethereum and altcoins was a big flush, okay? But I think this may be the bottom two here. But like I showed you on the ETH BTC, this can also go down here by BTC just pumping, okay? ETH doesn't necessarily need to crash more. BTC can just rip. And this can come down. You get a tap on here, a retest, at least close to it, and then we go. So I think we're still good. I think this was just a big flush out. You can see the double top. I was calling this a week ago. On multiple live streams, I was calling this. Yeah, we're going to look at Hex. And then I'm going to share with you some sick alpha about crypto, but I'm waiting for people to jeet the stream. They're not jeeting yet. You got to smash that like button. If you're going to stay, you're just making the live stream longer than it needs to be. At least smash the like button. Come on. Oh, are you kidding me? They're just waiting for that. They just want that alpha. Let's go look at Hex. It was some big Hex. Somebody did. Oh, the funding rate is fully reset. Cool. Right on, Mickey Bull. Good job. Yeah. That's what you're looking for. There was, everybody was long. Who was not long? I mean, I wasn't, but I wasn't long on BTC. I'm long pDAI. Yeah, everybody go home. Smash that like button. Get out of here. I got to tell these guys something. I don't want everyone to hear about it. No, because it's going to piss people off. It's going to piss people off.
It's the good kind of news then.
Yeah,
the good kind of help.
The cabals are going to be pissed. The cabals are going to get pissed. All right. So, ETH BTC did an amazing job. Okay. Did a really great job. Let me see here. Let me get a little closer here. Okay, so you broke. You're still bullish to me. I don't see any major issues yet. We need to. This is a big vector candle right here. Happened in one day. Look, there's low liquidity on Hex, so it does these moves. It can pump suddenly and then it has to reclaim a little bit. You've got this hole right here, which is this vector candle. Do I think it needs to be retested? Yeah, man, it's possible. It's possible. That's quite an impulsive move. It's beautiful though, but it's a big sign of strength for me. I don't know if we come back and retest it, but it's possible. But let me look at a bigger trend here. Just draw some lines to see what this is. Let's look at this. Let's get rid of this guy. I don't need that. We could be good. We could be good here, you know. It's still in that uptrend. I wouldn't necessarily be scared. Yeah, you're right on the edge. But it's being bought up. It's being bought up really nicely. Even if we break below this a little bit, I'm still bullish on Hex, okay? Let's just look at this MACD. Let's see what it's telling us here. I don't see any big reason we need to really go back and retest. You can see this candle here. It only backfilled like, let's say 50%. I had this line here where I was explaining to people like it could come back here, and it wicked to 0.0015. So I was off by like 1,000th of a percent. And I think in that same way, you could come down a little bit more, but I'm going to keep an eye on this. We don't have to test the top of this. We don't need to fill out this whole candle, okay? We've already tapped it down a little bit. That might be enough. If we get really bullish quick, then we're good. But yeah, you got to be ready. There's a low liquidity on this. You know, yeah, because if it came down here, that would bring us close, and it would fill out this gap, this trading gap right here. Okay, so yeah, you could come down, but that's not that bad, because from here we would launch, we would have another big move up. So yeah, I think we're looking good. Market maker had to crush it a little bit. Notice how PLS was looking great. Let's look at Hex, Pulse. Okay, so we had a break of this uptrend. That's fine. Yeah, look, you got there's a lot of support right here. You guys can see that. I think we're really good. I think we've broken out. I don't think we're going back into the lower range again. I do think, same like EHEX, we may just back test just a little bit, and then we're going to pop, okay? Because you got these, kind of this range like, yeah. You could just say it's there. So, and you got some confluence right here with my other trend, yeah. And this looks about to be a 50% retrace of this move. It's probably in the golden pocket range-ish right now. You got to remember, alts get hit harder. There's a lot of fear in the market. Vlad, I'm with you. We're all market makers. Smash that like button if you guys are enjoying the stream. Pedro is here. Let's go. Let's see what's going on here. Okay.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad, you know. It's just a little bit of, you know, sell pressure, but I think it's good. I think it's healthy, right? If Bitcoin had, like, you know, it kept on pumping, I think it would be worse, you know, less opportunity, you know, less time to sell afterwards, I guess, you know. That's my point. So I'm quite happy that, you know, Bitcoin, you know, stopped at 100k, around 100k, and again, the longer that we can keep this range, the better, you know, for the long-term price action, because it means we have more room, you know, to grow later, basically.
Yeah, I think this may have been the bottom. Yeah, let me look at BTC again. Let's see what it's doing. Let's go to the 1 hour.
Yeah, and when I talk about BTC, it's like, because everything follows after, right? So once it starts to pump, like, everything will start to pump again. That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, you got a nice V-shaped bounce. You got a nice bullish candle right after that dip below. Yeah, maybe you get a W here. We're just waiting for BTC to rip, okay? Look, so there was a CME gap also at around 102. It was somewhere, and the next one I think is 77. I think it's somewhere around here. And you can see where there's a giant hole in I know my VPR is kind of like light. You guys can see it, but there's a hole there. Yeah. Yeah, if we fall apart, that's probably where we'd head, but I don't think we're going to fall apart. I think this is a big shakeout. I think we got rid of all of the leverage. I think we're going to scare people here for maybe a few days, maybe into the weekend, and then we're going to rip, okay? And then ETH will at least stabilize by then. And maybe it's stabilized already. Maybe we just chug in this range right around here. Let's see. I got my fingers crossed that we're not falling apart, okay? When BTC wants to strengthen, let it strengthen. That's fine. It's going to pull up the whole market.
And I'm only here because of you, Abdoul, of course.
Plus, Abdoul, I'm only here because of Pedro. With Abdoul, pDAI following the fractals. I did put the link in there. If anybody wanted to come on, PLS holding up because it never pumped. Taylor's ahead of the curve. Trader's about to get wrecked. I'm quite bullish on pDAI still. I still am confident my theory is going to hold. Okay, my range is going to hold up. Okay. So here's some things really quick we can think about. Remember I told you, Pedro, last week we talked about the bull run, and I said, well, liquidity is shrinking a little bit. Sometimes it's good when you have something like this happen. It allowed a lot of people to get back on the train, okay? Because even though this was much weaker, you still had a lot of capital flowing, okay? A lot of people long this big time. We made a higher high. So I don't think it happens now, though. I think we're going to push up. I think we're going to break out of here, and maybe we push up into the teens or 120, or who knows, maybe we can get as high as we get to some ridiculous level, and then you're going to see a big pullback. I think probably February, March-ish. Okay. That's what I see. That's what I think. Yeah, I think we're going to keep pushing up, and then your big pullback's going to come. Because I know, because the crowd is saying, they're going to mess with the inauguration or the end of the year, and Biden's going to die, and maybe nothing happens. Even inauguration goes smooth, everything that would fuck with people the most. Like nothing happened. And then they do it suddenly as we're roaring into that spring when everyone's supposed to be really bullish. So I got some ideas that maybe March-ish, the Ides of March, because that's also a solstice, somebody was saying too, right? So, was that Vlad who talked about that, the solstice? So maybe it is all going to line up with something. Because look, and this is another reason why. How many people who were following fibs and charts got destroyed all through here? Does this make sense to you? All these moves? No, man. No. This is crazy. Hardly anything was. That's your back test. Look at this. Nothing's tested in here. It's awesome. And everyone's expecting this to fill now. I mean, I don't know. We got to see.
I mean, it's possible, but it's quite unlikely, right?
Yeah, it's possible, quite unlikely, because we could come down. Yeah, maybe we come down a little bit more, create another little bit of fear, and then we rip up. Let's see. We got to see. Okay. Damn, we didn't get any Jeters. All right, smash that like button. I'm going to tell you guys something. So this lines up with some news, a revelation that just came out about Solana, and I'm going to teach you guys a deep crypto secret here. And people that have been hesitant or left out. Well, yeah, Sam, that's what I'm saying. That the Trump administration gets in, and instead of you know, whatever, Kamala taking over before that happens, or blah, blah, blah. Trump actually comes in and everything looks great. We have a white swan and he starts this, the bull run just blasts off, you know, he starts the reserve, or who knows what the, like you're saying, a white swan might be, and we rip up. And when we get the massive dump, which could be a pause, or it could be the end of the bull run, but it also could be like I'm showing you something like we have here in 2021, because those are very powerful to bring in liquidity. You get an event like this where you have a big sell-off, everyone thinks it's over, but then we rip again, okay? And so I'm more likely to think we're bullish, okay? Whether there's a white swan or not, something, you know, people jump in. Because everyone's thinking, you know, I heard the latest thing, Biden gets killed and then Kamala takes office, or that Trump, they don't let him get in office. Who knows? There's like 100 different things that could happen, right? That makes me think it's not going to happen, that we're actually going to get, like you're saying, good news, positive news into the new year and into the election, which makes us rip higher. We got a visitor. We got a visitor. Fat Sammy. Bring you on. Do we see him?
How's it going, guys?
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey,
Good
man.
to see you. Good to see you.
Doing good, doing good. I need to get some headphones. Hopefully you're not getting any feedback.
No, just mute your thing. Should be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, good, man.
No,
Yeah,
good.
how you guys feeling about this pullback? I agree with you, man. I think this is we were overbought. It was too easy. You know, we're all getting those phone calls from our friends, ringing us up, asking how to buy, and that's usually an indicator that it's time to have a correction, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tell them a huge crypto piece of alpha. So it says Solana is dying after FTX whistleblower shows that they still hold 8% in secret wallets. That's 7 billion in sell pressure. This is bad. All right. In stunning revelation, an ex-employee of FTX has come forward as a whistleblower, uncovering that FTX wallets hold 8% of the total supply. This massive cache of SOL, previously undisclosed, highlights the extensive entanglement of that's really big. FTX and Alameda research within the Solana ecosystem, and sets the stage for a strategic liquidation to prevent market chaos. Whistleblower's revelation. This whistleblower, who worked closely with FTX internal operations, has disclosed that FTX and Alameda had held a significant portion of Solana supply and undisclosed wallets hidden. Okay, so what is this hidden trove of SOL? Okay. The opaque financial practices that led to their downfall. Guys, it's not opaque. It's part of crypto, and I'm about to tell you something huge, okay? Now, I have a good friend. He's a attorney for crypto companies, all right? Look at your alpha. You made me the like face. All right, smash that. Actually, I'm not going to, until this video gets 100 likes, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not, why am I doing this? You guys were supposed to cheat. You didn't leave the stream. More people showed up, and I'm supposed to tell the alpha, I'm not even at 100 likes. You guys are crazy. You're killing me here. We knew that SOL was a huge VC coin. Now that all retail loves it. VC wants to dump. Huge March coin release. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to release. I don't know. Yeah, Chronos Chain's looking good. That's what somebody said. Nope. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. Where are we at? On 90? We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're going to look at charts. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Treasury bill. We did this. Let's go look at...
But Wolfie, just, we got to say, man, just look how well the whole PLS ecosystem is holding up. The chain in general, compared to all your altcoins. You're just getting wrecked. And
were you watching?
Yeah, pretty good.
Were you watching when I did the PLSX and incentive?
No, I watched the first half hour, then I came back for another half hour. I must have missed that one.
Okay, yeah. Went through the charts. They are looking good. And one thing I do want to say, guys, that when these really break out in a big way, your PulseX and Hex and Pulse, all your alts are going to be left behind. So make sure you're positioned correctly. Where are we at? 94. We're almost there. We're almost there. Almost there.
Yeah, because obviously you're getting a lot of people panicking. They sell their altcoins on Pulse chain, so you get the pullback there. But even though you're getting the pullback effect from Ethereum affecting Pulse, everyone's selling into Pulse, so we kind of get that cushion.
Where are we? TSFI, let's see what's going on. Yeah, once again, we're looking really good. TSFI looking great. ATROPA coin. This is one of the OG Maria Rahel tokens. I hold this. I've been holding this for as long as I've had pDAI. I think I bought it all in the same week. Let's go look at, let's see, this is Sunny's. Let's see what DAI are. What happened with DAI are. Everything DAI related. Yeah, but it's coming right to support. So we've had a breakout. You've come up. Inverse head and shoulders, played out beautifully, okay? And then we're coming back for a little bit of retest of support ranges here, all right? Looking really good. Now this one you earn DAI. I can confirm I've been earning DAI holding this in my wallet, okay? Huge fan of DAI R. I also think I have Ink R. Let's see what that one's doing. You earn Ink. It's an OG Sunny token. Looking good. You got this big breakout of massive resistance, and you're just coming to have a nice juicy retest right here. So this looks really good. Looks very bullish. Where are we at? Ah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta breathe, man. You join like a. Let's go to. What's Wolf? That's my buddy. We'll go into base. Let's go to these things here. Come on. Pika. Diamond. Just want to see Brett, what that did right now. A lot of people keep asking me to look at incognitos too, so we'll look at that too.
I gotta say, one of the only tokens that I've noticed is doing pretty good right now is Pirate Chain. They seem to be holding up pretty well.
Which one?
But I think, you know, Pirate Chain. I'm sure you guys heard of that.
Pirate Chain.
Pirate Chain. Yeah, they were an experiment I got involved with a long time ago. They're kind of like a privacy token. They combined what's that really popular? Is it Monero? A really popular privacy token. It kind of
we're looking good.
But yeah, they're doing pretty good. But yeah, most of the market's wrecked, man. I'm just happy how well Pulse Chain seems to be holding here.
Yep. Let's see what's going on.
And that DAI R, is that pretty much a reflection token?
It's a reflection token. Yeah, DAI R is a reflection token.
Gotcha.
And there's also
so that's basically that all the people are yeeting out, right? You're getting some of that money come back into you as reflections. I assume.
There's also one on the Pulse Florian ecosystem, Jedi, that you earn DAI. Let's see what that's doing. Wow, boy, that's amazing. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. That is awesome. So the DAI, everything related to DAI is generally holding up really well. I mean, some of this stuff's bumping actually. I think people know DAI's gonna get stronger here. Patriot ripping. Yeah, we'll look at Patriot. Which one? The one on Pulse, right?
Yeah, some of these altcoins on Pulse Chain with smaller liquidity but with a strong narrative, and you know, kind of smaller projects where people are already passionate about it, they're just completely unaffected right now.
Yeah. So you got, I was charting this earlier. Pretty impulsive move here. We got a breakdown. It's a $25,000 market cap. Your TA. Yeah, I can't really do that much TA, to be honest, because at this low market cap, anything's possible. Anything could happen. But you have a break of trend, okay. But like I said, at this market cap, it doesn't mean that much. We're at 99 likes.
Hey, Saint, I gotta say that is the kind of coolest Christmas hat I've ever seen, man. It's got all the sparkles on it. Can we get a close up of that one? Oh, look at that, man! Wow.
It's like a Christmas hat. We're always in the spirit
Is
over
it
here.
pinned down as well? Just like it's pinned down there nicely so it doesn't move around too much. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
This has got action, baby.
Did you get that? Did you get that custom fit?
Custom fit? No, man. Oh yeah, let's look at airplane. What's going on? Oh, okay, we got 100. We can continue. Everybody, take a deep breath. Good. Let's see what's going on. Pulse. Nice. Okay. This is awesome, guys. I was tempted to Jeet. Okay, when the market slipped on, I have this, and B Roots was shilling it. I've been holding airplane since over a year. I don't know if one of the first memes I bought on Pulse Chain, and I mean it's looking gorgeous. I think I might have bought March. Is that March? No, I definitely got it a lot longer time ago. Maybe I bought it through here somewhere. This is awesome. 138K market cap. It's going to do great. It's going to do numbers. Yeah. Smart people know. See, they're not dumping everything. Okay. A lot of stuff's holding up really good. Let's see what Brett did.
Yeah, and we're starting to see some of these altcoins that get traction, like we saw before with Pepe. We're starting to see them come over to Pulse Chain. You know, if we can just capture some of those people, say, hey, you got a free copy over here, you can get some crazy X's, you know, and you can be the first liquidity provider. If you like a token, you got another chain, bring it over, become a liquidity provider, you know. You can make some good money if the narrative gets popular. Like there's so much stupid shit. Like I don't really participate in, there's certain traders out there. I've got a lot of friends that do it, and they're on Solana just degenning all day, finding the next popular thing with the kids.
Right.
And the other day there was something called fart token, and I thought, oh my god,
dude, fart
I can't
token.
believe it, But that stuff's doing really well, and I just saw it the other day. Someone's put it over on Pulse Chain, so there's so much opportunity here. If something's already pumped 10, 20x, 30x, and it comes over to Pulse Chain, and you like the narrative, then get involved. The chart I saw was against USDT, and that's gone up. Let's have a look here. That's gone up since launch. Yeah, 9.2x. Yeah, not sure what that one. I think there's a lot of copies out there. So
Okay, I mean, I don't get involved with stuff like this, but yeah, there was one of them that was still pumping when everything was breaking down. Let me look at Pep Toys. What?
It can be the most stupid shit in the world. It can be the most stupid shit in the world. But if it's got traction and someone brings it over to Pulse Chain, it's like you've got a second attempt at it.
What's Pep Toys? Is this for real? Pep Toys. Okay. All right, let's look at Pep Toys.
Vietnamese dog. I'm assuming that's a fast Abdoul joke.
Look, it's too tiny of a market cap to chart. $6,000 market cap. No, I mean, look, if you're interested in this or you like the narrative or you're confident in it, you kind of just have to get in, okay? That's the best advice I can give you with a meme like this. There's nothing to chart. It could do anything. Yeah. It could do anything. It doesn't matter what the chart tells you right now. It's $6,000 market cap. That's degen stuff, and yeah. I still pick my memes carefully. Like, for example, I'm in Airplane because I'm confident that when the Heartman comes back or Pulse Chain runs, Airplane will do well. I've been holding Airplane for a year now. I'm in all the bears. I'm in Teddy Bear and BFF because I'm confident those memes were going to do really well. I've been holding both of those once again for over a year in both of those. Milady, I think is great. It's together with the pDAI narrative. So let's see, 40K, 60. Let's look at this.
That's the thing, man. It's like you've got
Teddy Bear.
everyone's gonna have an allocation in the blue chip pulse chain. Stuff like Teddy Bear. I mean, you can't argue with it, right? It's been doing what pDAI's been doing. It's been doing very well.
I don't want to see you guys get wrecked. So, I'm not holding necessarily like a big shill tank show. I'm showing you ones that I'm quite confident on. Now, this one I missed. It's doing really well. Okay. But it also matters who made it. Okay. So you got to remember that if you don't feel confident about it, you could wake up one day and this just has all the liquidity pulled on it. Okay. So we don't know who made it, so I can't speak for it. But obviously, Milady goes along with the Richard Hart die narrative. But the memes that I really talk about the most, I'm very confident about them, that you're not going to wake up with a giant red candle, because I've been through that over years of crypto, and I want to avoid that for you guys. So we're at 103 likes, so I can share with you guys that alpha I wanted to tell you. Okay, so we saw this, right? So what does this mean? What are they talking about, secret wallet? So I have a friend who's an attorney. He's a good friend of mine, okay? He's an attorney in Dubai, okay? Why is he in Dubai? Because he's a crypto attorney, okay? And I have coffee with him from time to time, and he tells me the inside, because companies that want to launch a project, they're all in Dubai. So they come to him because his firm puts it together. They patch it all, they make it all legal, they do everything, okay? So one thing he told me that when I saw this, it reminded me, and I thought I'd want to share with you guys, is that there's something called secret tokens. They're called ghost tokens. And probably, I bet you people in crypto don't want me to tell you about this, but it's a real phenomenon, okay? They're called ghost tokens because you can't see them on chain. Now, I'd have to find out from a dev how that's possible, how they're doing it, but this is what he tells me. And they give out these ghost tokens to people, okay? So sometimes there's more sell pressure than you realize, okay? Even if the contract, and it's renounced, and got the best pistachio chocolate. Yeah, I mean, this guy he knows how these teams work, how they put these things together. So not only, why didn't people know about this before? It took a whistleblower, because this might be in that similar fashion, these ghost tokens that nobody knew about. And that's a lot, 8%. And you'd be surprised at some of these tokens, some of these teams, why they can rug pull so fast, because they literally have ghost tokens, all right, that they somehow come up with a way and they hide them. You saw the whole Hawk Tua thing, how there was all these people holding it that people didn't even know about. And they had, you guys got some insights from that, but it's something you just have to know going into crypto that you're not going to know. So you really want to get where, that's why I'm to the point where I really only talk about docs teams. I want to see everyone's face. I want everyone front and center as much as possible. That's why I started getting more and more confidence with Atropa. That we had bought Atropa and pDAI well before we knew who the 414 was. But them coming out and doing interviews and doxing themselves was a big deal, at least to me, because nothing can prevent you from this kind of stuff. All right. But you want to be careful what you pick, because even if they seem like they're in full disclosure of everything, trust me, there are ghost tokens. I thought ghost token. No, man, it's a real thing. It's very real, and they're given out to team members and investors early on, and you don't even know. Okay, you can't see it. That's why they're called ghost tokens. Somehow there's some way, and so that's my alpha drop, and I'm glad some people cheated. So.
Yeah, and you're so right, man. I think with meme tokens, there's three categories, right? And number one, obviously with a meme token, you want to be super early. That's the game, right? But know you're taking a risk. When there's almost no liquidity there, don't put in 10 grand when there's only like 20 grand liquidity.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Early is not going to protect you. All right, and I'm not going to pull up charts because I don't want to offend teams. Okay, but even on Pulse Chain, when you see the projects already starting in the millions, that's the team, bro. Yeah. Okay? When I bought BFF, started at $10. When Atropa releases a meme, that's why I like her memes, or I liked pDAI, it started at nothing. that means you just the fact that you knowing you could have been that early should tell you a lot about the token structure. Okay, if you get to a meme, you buy, you think you're early, you may not be as early as you think. There are people that still got it way, way, way cheaper than you could imagine, who got there early, who were part of the team. And I just look at the price chart and I just run, man. I don't touch those things, okay? Because I know how it works. And when they pull liquidity, when they dump their tokens, you're just gonna see red candles straight down like you've never seen before. So it's really important to understand. Another thing is when you see a meme, did it start at zero? Was it really a fair launch? And did it start at zero and grow and do normal chart things? Or literally did it show up and then the low was like, $5 million or whatever it was, right? Where you're just like, huh? Yeah, that's, and you could say that's liquidity, but somebody's got, that's a lot of sell pressure waiting for you later on. So you should know that when you're going in and you're looking at memes. If you pull up a meme chart and it literally started at nothing and it's grown on its own, that's great. I can show you one right now, okay? Now, it'll grow quickly, but like, for example, I was there when BFF got released. I remember it growing slow, starting at nothing when the founder released the token, all right? Okay, as soon as people found out about it, that's a big pop, but that's real. This is real price action. Okay. Go to the 1 hour chart. So you can look for that when you guys look for memes and you're scoping them out. Now, it doesn't mean the meme's not going to do well. You just need to understand how much sell pressure might be above you. Okay. Let's get to the beginning.
Yeah, can we look at that one on the weekly chart? Because that's interesting. Because that one seemed to, it looks like it launched there, as you say. People heard about it, pumped up, but then what you see there is that the team or the early people, you see they believed in it because they obviously added liquidity to it and supported that price. So it wasn't just a kind of, they didn't want it to just, as you say, do a 95% retrace. That's what we kind of want to see, right?
Yeah, this is real pipe. This is what a fair launch looks like when it came out, right? And you can go to the weekly and see where BFF is now, and it's growing. Now, why the price is so high is because it's only a $7 million market cap, but there's only about 670 tokens left. Okay, there was 777, and then Maria burned like 15% of the supply, or whatever that is, 10%, something. So it's holding up really beautiful, and I think the goal is to get this to about 100,000 a token. I don't know, actually, Brian, maybe you know. And Maria did say G-Baby can go to 14K, and I believe her. I believe him. So let's see. So oh, Capo of Crypto. What did Capo say today? Was he tweeting it's all over? Okay, we're looking good.
You're getting some people, I've seen it, they're already panicking. They're saying, bull market's over. That's it. We're done. It's like, chill out, man. Chill out.
What do you think? You think it's done? We're about to break down to lower levels, Fat Sammy?
That's ridiculous, man. I mean, the way I see it, right, looking at, I know earlier your speech about historical data, and obviously I agree with you that we have Aladdin AI and all this stuff going on, and obviously we have to dismiss certain kind of short-term kind of stuff, TA sort of stuff. But at the same time, in a year's time or a month's time, we're going to look back on what happened this month, and that will then become the TA of the future. So all it's doing is logging past stuff that happened on chain. So I would say, looking at historical data, I was looking at Crown earlier, and he does a good job at putting in statistics of the Bitcoin pullback and stuff like that recently. And if we look at every year, we've had a pullback since Bitcoin started. Usually it's around 10%. We estimate it's gonna pretty much, we should decide by Sunday this week. If we break below 90 8K, then sure, we're gonna have a big market pullback and might last a few months. But I think it's important if you are in meme coins, hopefully, or you're in altcoins, yeah, go back to stable. Hopefully, a lot of people did that, protected some of their gains they made over the. Because let's face it, we had everyone saying, "Oh, we didn't have an altcoin season." We went up like 6x, 8x on a lot of our altcoins. So you should have been taking some profits. You should be defensive. You should still have your long-term plays. If you bought Teddy Bear, if you bought Hex, if you bought all this stuff a few months ago, and you got 6x, who cares if you're 3x up? You're holding those long-term. But if you got some newer plays and you're late to the game, then sure, be a bit more risk averse. See what happens this weekend, and then get ready to redeploy. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and panic, because I think this could be a shakeout. I think statistically, we should have a good January, Christmas even. I think next week could be a bullish week.
Okay, I think it could be. Yeah. Charles, look, all the data's whacked. All right. Yes, there's yield inversion. It's been going back and forth. We've gone way there. They can hold this up for way longer than you can stay solvent, man. They can keep this game going. All right. It like inverted, then reinverted, and like, okay. I don't get too caught up in all that too much, especially when you realize this. And like I was saying earlier in the stream, you got a lot of people that they know you guys have all the data now. You can't win on data. That's why when you see people that are doing TA 101 and they're doing it all correctly, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's your edge there when you know that they're using hypersonic algorithms and AI machines, Aladdin, biggest AI machine in the world for their market making and manipulation? It's like, come on, man. You need to get back to basics. It's your only shot, right? Because you're not gonna figure out what they're doing based on data anymore. I think that era's over. And I think this market has proven it. I think this bull run has absolutely demolished everyone's old ideas. We had the high before the halving. Yield is inverted. People have been calling for a crash since. Bitcoin was at 15K. It was supposed to go lower. Then it was at 20-something K, and everyone swore that was it. It's just a dead cat bounce, and then it got to 30K, 40K, 50K. Now we're at 108K. It's like,
do you remember though in DeFi, a lot of people were calling that ETH would flip Bitcoin. like, man, that's not happened, right?
Yeah, I think there's a guy named Raul, and I've talked about him before. I think he's paid by BlackRock or certain institutions to put out bad data and information. I think he works for the institutions, and he pretends like I'm like this quant, blah, 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 and I'm sharing information. Look, if he's sharing information with you, it's meant to wreck you. All right, period, end of story. Okay, yeah. It's not alpha, okay? It's just not. And as a matter of fact, if you go back and I remember last bull run, everything he said was opposite. If you did anything he said opposite, you did well. He got everybody into ETH and alts. What happened? BTC's the runner. He's you think he just quit? He quit the Wall Street world? No, man. I never even worked for Wall Street. I have friends on Wall Street. It's kind of that old adage, like once in the CIA, you're always in the CIA. Dude, he 100% gets some kind of incentive structure from the big market makers.
We see it we see the shilling going on in with the pump and dump tokens, and if you think Wall Street's not doing the same thing, you're a moron. As soon as you see, in the newspapers, in the Wall Street Journal, you see it in the Daily Mail here just 2 weeks ago in the Daily Mail. Yeah. My dad said, "Oh, hey, they're talking about your crypto," and I said, "Okay, this is a sell signal." You know what I mean? Like, this is. But yeah, I think you've got to bring some fundamental analysis.
Raul Paul and other guys like him, they're industry plants. Okay, he's an insider. He gets told where it's going to go. Maybe they already told him we're only going to run BTC. And remember, I told you a year ago, a guy from Wall Street told me, he's like, they're going to crush Ethereum this run. So far, he's been right. Okay, he knew it. You don't think Raul Paul knows that? Of course he does. He probably knows. So that's why he told everybody, get into ETH. ETH's going to flip Bitcoin, or ETH is a trade. Because he knew, and his money, he was probably all in on BTC. The market maker is the ultimate, man. And they have people that they pay, and these news groups or people like Raul Paul, they're plants. They're planted there. Just like Haktua Girl was a plant or whatever, right? Like they're plants, man. And there's a lot of money to be made by getting people to go the wrong way. While you do one thing, they do another.
Yeah, but just for full disclosure, from my opinion, like I like to put my money where my mouth is. I mean, I did sell off all my alts outside of Pulse Chain last
Are you serious?
week.
Wait, you did what?
Yeah. Well, I exited all my positions on the altcoins last week
Okay.
outside of Pulse Chain. And I was
smart.
sitting in USDC, but I didn't really exit my Hex or my Pulse Chain positions. Kind of kept those intact, and they seem to have held up well. And I'm sure you guys have seen the clues here. Like when we do have these altcoin pullbacks, Hex and Pulse doesn't seem to be affected. I think obviously we are seeing that a little bit with Hex right now, but Pulse is holding up very well. So yeah, I mean, if anything, I'll be taking some of those funds and putting them back in more into Pulse. More into Pulse Chain, seeing how well it's holding up right now. It doesn't seem to be affected by the ETH pullback as we saw earlier in this run. Earlier in this run, we saw as soon as ETH pulled back, PLS will get wrecked and everything else will get wrecked. But I think we are seeing more money come in. People get a harder kind of nose to this stuff in Pulse Chain.
Yeah, they're all making falling wedges, which are very bullish. Pulse Chain looks really good. Looks very strong. Let's look over here really quick at this.
I see people talking about the hot tour quite a lot in the chat, but that's a classic example. Like the fact that the SEC haven't even said anything about things like that, and Richard Hart gets done. And obviously, I'm not sure if you guys saw recently, Hexologist now has been approached by the SEC, and it's just ridiculous, man, how much flack legitimate projects are getting when you see this hot tour stuff and just radio silence from the establishment.
Yep. Yeah,
guys, I got a G. Sorry about that. Kid stuff. Need to go.
Pedro, it's great seeing you.
I'll speak later.
Great seeing you.
Speak later. Sorry, man.
Take care, Pedro.
Good night. So let's see, Pulse Bitcoin on Pulse. So we came up, we tested this hardcore resistance up here, which is fine. We pulled back, looks like a nice ABC. I think the correction's about done because you're landing on support, and if we stay here, that's extraordinarily bullish for Pulse Bitcoin, okay? Could even come down a little bit more and we're still okay. But this is textbook. This is textbook.
I need to learn how to do that, man. Those wave things, I still can't get it.
You don't need them. It doesn't even matter. I rarely use them. You can just eye it. It's come up like a 1, 2, 3 ABC, and as long as it's hitting a major area of support, you can be confident you might be done there. Once again,
I just want to make everyone aware. That when you look at this chart, obviously there's only 28k liquidity there. We've got majority about 60k of our liquidity on 2FUCks, which isn't shown on Deck Screener. So just want to make everyone aware that you're not seeing all the liquidity there. Hopefully that will be updated. Fast Abdoul's trying to get that shown to show that data on Deck Screener, but it's going to take a while.
Good, man. No, you guys have done great work. This is really nice. I do think, because I'm bullish on the markets, that corrections are about over. We could just bleed sideways, and then we're going to pump. So we're looking good, man. This is nice. Yeah. So your next target's outside. Yeah,
What's your outlook then?
Have
you done any major changes on your? Have you done any major changes in your portfolio this week, or are you just kind of sitting tight with everything?
And 18 cents. I've taken profits when this ETH thing broke this trend, because I wasn't buying the whole ETF inflow bullshit for one second.
That was a good call. I remember that was a few days ago, wasn't it? I remember I was in the chat. We were talking about that. I even went on Matty Allen's show with Fast Abdoul on there. Yeah. And I mentioned the ETH looking weak, and Money Gang was saying, look at the inflows, but you are right. That's kind of like lagging data. It doesn't
lagging data. It's not going to help you, and they can take a drawdown to manipulate you out of the trade. So who gives a fuck? and or maybe they sold on the back door. They have other ways. I'm telling you that there's ghost tokens in projects. You don't think there's back doors for ETFs and things like that, or they just make the drawdown. Like I can't handle a big drawdown, but they can. So they might take it to shake you out. And so that's the chart. The chart was screaming in your face that there's somebody else who's big money knows something that we don't know. Okay, and that's the alpha. This is the alpha, not what the news tells me about ETF inflows, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a fuck? And you can see what happened. Bam. Okay.
Oh, 100%. It's like if you're getting your data from news sources, then you're
wrecked,
the
man.
last person in line to hear the news. You are the mark, they call it in scamming, right?
You're like...
But you know, it's like your friends that don't give a shit about Bitcoin or crypto. As soon as they come up to you in the bar and say, "Hey, what do you think about this news I heard?" and you said,
Yeah.
You haven't mentioned the word crypto in 4 years, and now you're coming to me with some news about how bullish it is.
Yeah.
Warning signs should be going off in the back of your head, like, okay, something's about to happen.
Yeah. Look, these are big players who are in ETH. Institutions are trading this. Okay, so when you see moves like this, it means something. Okay, it's not fear. You know, in these altcoins we're into, you got to chalk the moves down to like, okay, somebody's scared, but not on ETH, man. You have to take this shit seriously that, hey, this is a problem.
I'll be honest with you.
And this is a double top too. This is your double top.
I did actually take some positions. I told you I sold off my altcoin positions about a week ago. I did actually take some long positions back in ETH today when it hit that low. I'm still cautious about that one. That's why I didn't deploy too much, but I like you, I think this could be a bottom. I didn't full scale go into it, but it's looking pretty good. So yeah, kind of hedging my bets there on a kind of safer move. But I don't think ETH has done this. I don't think ETH is totally kind of, done. I think it's been totally suppressed. Of course, you've even seen the Ethereum Foundations selling off even more this week. So as you say, they know something we don't.
We got on the 1 hour chart this double top here on pDAI. So we may come back and check this lower part of this range. I don't think we break below 0.016. If we do, not by much. You might get another wick down, but I'm still pretty confident we stay in this kind of range I've created. Okay, but it is.
Yeah, some of your boxes there, some of your pullback boxes have been hit spot on. They really have.
I've been doing this a long time, and you can go back to my videos where I draw these boxes, and you'll see how accurate they are. And I don't move them from my live. I drew this live for you guys a week ago. And then same with the ETH play. I showed you guys multiple times last week. I want to find some more news for you guys really quick. There's some really good stuff happening here. Let's see what the update is here on. Just let some snow fall. Let's get some T-bill. Well, T-bill I looked at earlier in the stream, JPL, and it's weakening right now. I think you go back to the earlier in the stream, you'll see I broke down T-bill and T-bill DAI and T-bill to pulse, and it has broken its structure, but it's still too early to call it. I think one alpha drop by Maria could turn that around very quickly. But we don't. What's the word? Are you guys bullish on T-bill? Are you guys stock? Oh, CDAI. Let's look at CDAI.
Which one's CDAI? I've not heard of that one.
Okay, Compound DAI. It's from Compound because I think it's part of the lending protocol, which makes a lot of sense that this might come into play later if pDAI pegs. Okay, so you got to break this structure. Okay. And I've been getting little bits of this. Once again, it's risky, just like DAI was a year ago. Like, we didn't know how DAI would come into play or if I think CDAI, same thing. I'm speculating that if DAI is to peg, you're gonna need CDAI. Okay. It's gonna have something to do with, you can see it here. I think that trend's broken, but the general uptrend on this, is still going. Okay, we're still good. Okay, that's you know what? That's not that important actually. Now that I think about it, that doesn't matter that much. Uptrend is on. It's active. Yeah, you've got an. Yeah, this is a place where I'm buying pDAI because you're at support. I like it. I like the rumors. I always buy the rumor because it's good speculation for me. Okay, the self, tell us the lowdown. What's up with pDAI? I know there's a mint function. Is that all it is? Because when I bought pDAI, the same people were telling me the same thing. They said, don't buy pDAI. They can mint it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm up a lot on my pDAI, so I don't know. Same thing. Maybe somebody closes the mint function, right? What's going to happen then? This is going to skyrocket. So I can't tell you to buy it. But I'm also telling you, once they close the mint function, this is probably going to easily, 10x really fast, right? So pDAI is mintable and has a ceiling price. The dev said don't buy it. Okay. Well, I didn't get a lot.
Is that their only liquidity pool? That 9K? Have they got multiple liquidity pools, or is that the only one?
No, there's another pool. So you got PulseX comp with DAI, okay. And then pDAI with wrapped ETH here. Let's go look at this one too. pDAI is for eyes only.
Okay, this is on Uniswap. Okay, so this is not bridged over to.
Oh, this isn't the bridged over. Yeah. Oh, this is the actual compound DAI. Okay, yeah. So, or if it does, it gets minted. So then we can use that P comp to cast a vote. It can go higher than DAI. It can't go higher than DAI. No, probably not. Okay, well, I'm speculating here. I'm early to the speculation.
Yeah, I mean, you got to speculate on the small stuff. We're not saying that, if you've got thousands of dollars in Hex, $1,000 of incentive, we're not saying go throw thousands of dollars in some of this new stuff. We're saying keep an eye on it, and it might be worth a few $100. It's comparative, isn't it? Because you put in $100 into something with 6K liquidity, you can easily do a 10x and have $6,000, and then you put it into legit projects. I think that's why everyone dismisses this small stuff, but then the small stuff becomes mainstream. That's why we keep our nose to the ground and stuff.
If this goes to $1, it's similar to where pDAI was a year ago, but it's all speculation as well. I know Maria has said that. I think. I don't know. This to me looks like it could come a little lower. Yeah. They are calling for a target of $1. Keep an eye on it. If it goes high enough,
it's hard to say, isn't it? Because there's not much historical data there, is there? There's not much historical data to go on there. It is there in terms of resistance levels. I mean, you got that one there, but that could retrace hard. We just don't know. It depends on the momentum they get, right, and the mind space they get.
It depends on how much speculation on this rumor takes hold. But isn't T-bill mintable as well? JPL. At this time, it's also mintable.
Sometimes if you go to Dex Tools, it will tell you. It will give a quick checklist on if it's mintable and whatnot. That's sometimes helpful if you want to double check a token. It will show you how much liquidity, things like that.
Yes, mintable, but he also burns it. Okay. This is against DAI. All right. So heavily pegged to bear. So when bear goes up, treasury will rise faster to $1. I have BFF, teddy bear, airplane. I have, I think I might have duck. I have PTGC, which I've had for a long time, and it's done well. I have obviously pDAI. It's a meme coin, right? Let me see if we have updates. What else? I have little bits of like some random. Do I have random memes? Other ones? No, my memes that were all tiny have turned into big, have grown quite a bit, but they're still good memes. So I talk about them. Like I'm confident they're not going to rug pull. I'm not chasing too many memes right now, to be honest. Oh, I have TSFI. Yeah, if you consider that a meme. Thanks, Breath. I have Down and TSFI. If you guys are familiar with those are very early Atropa tokens. I'm sure I have some other Atropa memes too. No?
Dude,
I have Penrose. I think I have Penrose.
I was just quickly looking at some data on the SPX, right? The traditional markets. And this is crazy, right? I didn't even believe this.
What you found?
The pullback we had on the S&P 500, right?
Right.
The daily.
Yeah.
On the 18th, 2 days ago, technically. That's been the biggest pullback. I'm looking now at the data. That's been the biggest pullback we've had in one day. Like, it's even bigger than before. I'm trying to go back in this, even from before March 23. Like, I think the last time we had a pullback this size in one day was October 2022. That's
really?
crazy. That's crazy, man. So yeah, I mean, there's apart from that data coming out the other day, for me this is just screaming shakeout. It's screaming shakeout because there's no real reason, is there? It's not like in the COVID dip there was a reason for it. I know they did something with the interest rates, right?
Fear and greed is only at 74.
Is it?
That's a little worrisome.
Volatility went super high, obviously, for obvious reasons. But Sommy was talking about the bond ratio.
But that's not enough. What did he say about the bond ratio? That's not quite enough fear. I'm surprised it only went to 74.
Yeah. And if you think about it, right, it's what are most people doing right now? They're switching to... Some people who are over leveraged in altcoins, all they've done is switch to stable. They've not left the market. And if you actually look at the pullback, all the Bitcoin guys, they've not actually had much of a pullback, right? They've gone from what, 105k to what are we at now, 90 something k.
Sorry,
it's not that a big a deal. It's just the altcoin bros that have got hit hard here, really. You know.
Yeah. That's not
I think we should. I don't think it's. I think obviously it's newsworthy and it's like caused a bit of a panic, but I really don't think we're looking at much, which is too dangerous right now. Oh, he's back. Oh, no, he's not back. Is he back? No, he's not back. Sorry, I thought our friend was back, Pedro.
What is this? You see the weird news in America? They're talking about a murder suspect, Luigi Mangione.
No, tell me about it.
He murdered the United Care CEO Brian Thompson. I'll be honest. I think they're preparing for the bull run. I really do. I think they're building up a lot of things, and they're going to bring retail into this. Probably when Trump takes office, there's going to be good news, like you guys are saying, a white swan, whatever that is, and they're just going to blast the market because they're distracting everybody with the most strange stuff.
Yeah, like on that point, actually, Wolfie, you know how we talk about
everybody.
You know how we talk about kind of when the market thinks something usually doesn't happen, right? So I went to a lunch the other day and there was some big Bitcoin guys there. It was a friend's birthday and these guys were OG Bitcoiners, like loads of Bitcoin.
Wait, when was this?
This was last weekend.
Okay.
Right? And they were all saying to me, we think that when Trump's inauguration happens, which is what, end of January, I think, they were saying that's going to be a sell and use event. So they were all pretty much planning for everything just to go straight up and to the right until Trump's inauguration. They said, what do you think about that? And I said, well, I think as soon as something becomes common knowledge, which it sounds like it has been, they, you know, like the AI system which we talk about is going to say, right, the market thinks this, let's do something different. So, you know, you said it kind of prints these strategies for them. What we're probably seeing right now is the common belief thinking, okay, we're going to have a lovely Christmas. We're going to pump till January. Let's do, you know, the opposite of that and wash everyone out. So we probably now are seeing the washout now. We might see a sideways action for a week or whatever. But I think then we might get that, do you know what I mean? That counter narrative come true. So, you know, I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater and suddenly think, oh, okay, it's going to be, you know, terrible for the next few months.
It's going to be a train wreck.
Tracks.
Yeah. I mean, all the people selling right now are just people that bought too late, right? That's all it is.
Maybe, or just people. There's a lot of leverage. There's a lot of leverage in the system.
Yeah. I kind of forget about that leverage trading. We forget how many people leverage trade. It's I'm not sure how many people here in
Pedro.
this stream leverage trade, but
Me too. What's happening, brother? How you doing?
Good. Yeah, I was just it was kind of encouraging in these difficult times.
The train.
Hey, Sammy.
how you doing, buddy?
Good.
I'm checking Twitter to see what's going on. They really got a lot of distractions. You know, sometimes I feel like these distractions are because they don't want people buying the dip. So they just flood everything with crazy news. What do you think?
Weird. It's contagious.
Fast Abdoul, you think this is a shakeout, or you think this is the start of a bear market or a drawdown?
I think it's a shakeout. I see like a lot of people have the same kind of targets, which is kind of scary, but like, you know, it's just the vocal people that you're noticing who are like, I'm selling on a 10x. Be like, sure, great, you're all selling on a 10x. Let's see how that works out. But you know, I think a lot of people are going to be out early, and then we'll get the second wave.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like it's not done yet, and the bear market it's not like one giant red candle, right? Like it won't be, you know, the day where every token goes down 90%. You know, it's going to be gradual, and it won't happen to every community at the same time. If anything, I think the pulse chain hits late compared to other things.
Yeah, it could hit quite late. Yeah.
Especially if Sack Daddy is, you know, looking to hit the ETH top before he moves in, if he's looking to do that.
Yeah, I see Sack Daddy's down on his trade for the first time now. He was up, obviously, quite a lot, and now he's down on it. But do you think he's worried about it? No, he's not worried about it.
No, I don't think that we've seen the ETH top for this cycle, or the all-time high for ETH ever has probably not happened yet.
What do you think about this guy's parabola?
It's pretty.
What's he saying with that? What's the narrative he's saying with that chart?
He's kind of saying, well, it was nice while it lasted. Dow Jones is back below the. But once again, this is kind of what we talked about people relying on tons of too much, you know? Because BlackRock, all these companies, they know everyone's trying to figure out where the top. That's why the Pi cycle threw everybody off this time, right? To give you another example. Your data's becoming less valuable because more and more young people have access to it. More and more people.
And we are in unfounded territory right now.
Yep.
I mean, whether you like it or not, Bitcoin has now got institutional adoption. Some of the stuff Michael said is saying.
Well, I don't know. We don't know if it has institutional adoption, but you know, BlackRock is certainly sucking people into ETFs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we know government is now talking about buying. Even Michael Saylor is talking about selling his maker shares to buy more Bitcoin.
Right.
And they're talking about even if the US government, you know, buys something like 2% of what they're supposed to buy, you're talking about an $800,000 Bitcoin this run. So I'm not a moon boy thinking that we're going to get all the green lights go off, but we're definitely looking at, I think, a very high Bitcoin price. I don't think this is by any means over. We still haven't broken the 4-year market trend. That is still our longest data. We've still got till end of November before the S&P 500 tops out on the RSI. Nothing has changed so far. It's just a very small local, market sell-off. It's
Fast Abdoul, what do you think is Is DAI going to break down to lower targets, lower technical targets, like 9 cents, here 0.013? Or do you think we gets front run, we hold up?
I can't really speculate. I'm not much of a chart guy. I think my general viewpoint is, aside from like Bitcoin and Ethereum, that there's not enough data to make the predictions, because it's all about community, right?
Yeah.
With these smaller tokens. So it could, or it could go up. I'd be surprised if it pegged before Christmas. That would be surprising to me. It seems like people are buying the dip anyway, right? But I can tell you for sure, like the pDAI, or the DAI on Pulse Chain, like Telegram room has been like Plebopalooza, right? Like, why did the price go down? Can the dev do something? Like a lot of that going on. So it's like when you see that, you're like, okay, the hunters are out and they're hunting for the plebs, and they're buying the dips and they're selling the tops, and so the traders are in play here, right? They're playing the game. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see how that goes.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're basically waiting for the people that came late to the party to sell off, and then we buy the dip. It's pretty much how it works, right? It's the uneducated who came late to the party, giving more tokens to the people that came earlier to the party who want to accumulate.
There's different degrees of late to the party with something like this, right? Like, it's you could be pretty early and still be late compared to like a dev like Mr. Maria, or you could, even now potentially you're extremely early if you just got into something like pDAI or like PWBTC, because the general market, like outside of Pulse Chain, doesn't even know what you're talking about. So there's different angles at play, but some of those early players probably need to sell out in order to get in order to not have that over our heads on things like this, so that it can go up more. So I'm wondering how many big holders have been holding, since, like 10x's ago, 20x's ago. Some of those people need to move out of the ecosystem so that there's not that overhead all the time. Just my opinion, not financial advice.
Look, I think it's totally normal. You had the first Decentralized Me video came out, and 2 weeks later we've done part 2 a few weeks later. So make sure it absolutely makes sense that people who are seasoned would sell into a lot of the hype, right? But
yeah,
in all full disclosure,
might be buying back in lower, right? Like, which is fine.
Yeah, because they're confident. In all full disclosure, I haven't touched my pDAI bags. Somebody asked about G Baby. I'm building a position. I was a little late to the party. I was really deep into the pDAI thing. It's a lot of preparations, a lot of research. So I kind of missed G Baby, but I did see Zach's tweet when it came out, and I'm kicking myself for missing it. Yeah,
but that pDAI chart you got right there, that's super bullish. I mean, look, you've got a kind of a horizontal triangle playing out there, consolidation triangle playing out since when was the first high there? What was it? December? November, right? So the time we get 75% through this consolidation format, we're kind of bouncing off the bottom right now. That is a buy area in the unless you think the narrative is going to fall off the edge. If you take away all the fundamentals, all the people that believe in it, do you really think we're going to make a measure move and go down below 1 cent? I really think that's super unlikely.
I think it's super unlikely.
There's an accumulation area. I think that purple box you got there is a really beautiful buy area.
That's why I put it there. Yep. I've had it for weeks.
Yeah. All you're seeing there is early people taking profits. That's what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's held up really well. I think that if it was going to break down, it would have broken down on the ETH breakdown. Let's go look at this again. Let's see what's going on. We don't want this to go any lower. Let's see. I think you would have seen this slip a lot more. Okay, but it didn't. And like I said, we can come down, touch this lower range again, but I'm confident we stay above. My blue lines is the last line. I guess 0.14 possible, but I just don't even think we get there. I think we're in here.
It could be a crazy week if everything goes bearish next week. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If everything goes bearish next week, if Bitcoin
everything
drops
breaks
down,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You could get a wick down there, but I don't believe it's going to be anything significant.
Yeah, if the whole market falls apart, then look, guys, yeah, well, you'll get the lower targets. But G baby, it's coming to my box. I'm happy. I'm building a position now. When pDAI ETF. Okay, you guys got to watch this video. This is awesome. This is cool. I just found this and the stuff coming out.
Aujourd'hui aussi, c'est un autre souci. Le monde part en couille. Aujourd'hui aussi, c'est un autre
It's got to be Japan. Nowhere it's simple as that. Maybe Korea.
Le monde part en couille.
That was awesome. That's amazing. That's really incredible.
We laugh now, but one day they'll have machine guns.
Yeah,
and be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Can't make it through."
It's funny now. In 5 years, we'll be. It won't be so funny. I'm gonna do a robotic stream though. I've been saving a lot of good robot stuff. Oh no. It's another PTGC promo. It's kind of.
I like the one with the hot girl better.
Which one was that?
Oh, Crypto Bell, yeah, she's great.
So that one I sent
the
to you.
PTGC.
Every time you
Yeah.
post, you get all the people out saying, "She's AI, she's a scumbag, she's this, she's that," and it's like, dude, she's a real person. She's just promoting some tokens she likes.
Yeah,
like,
she
stop
gets
fighting
paid.
new people that come to
Yeah,
Pulse Chain,
she's
you
a
know?
spokesperson. She gets paid to speak about projects. Okay, it's
It's
fine.
what it is.
It is what it is.
It's like it's the name of the game. It's business. It's like if someone's promoting Pulse Chain, like unless they've scammed before, give them a chance. You know, there's nothing wrong with them making money.
Especially if they're promoting decent tokens, right? That aren't scams. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
who cares? I don't care if somebody got paid or not. You're talking about something that brings things to Pulse Chain, like, go, get paid.
Look back.
I have no issue with influencers getting paid
No,
as long
dude.
as they're not shilling scams.
Yeah. It's business.
Yeah, but,
business
I
is
mean,
good.
as far as I know, I don't think she has been paid for that. So it's just she's passionate about something. You know, it's like, what do? I buy something, I like the token, I go and make streams about it. You know, it's like we all do it, whether we've been paid or not. It's like if no one pays us, we buy something, we talk about it because we're passionate about it. It's no difference just because
Bro,
it's a woman,
don't
right?
be naive, please don't be naive.
But whatever, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, we're all shilling our bags. That's what we do. That's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, we talk about them.
We're passionate about what we do, but
Yeah. I'm here for the tech. Okay.
yeah,
Hey, that's my
of
line.
course.
This is incentive. Let me see something here. Yeah, I mean it's right at a ton of support in a falling wedge. Everything on Pulse Chain looks like this right now, so I wouldn't be cheating down here. Okay.
How's have you looked at Pulse against ETH? I haven't checked that in a long time. Have you looked at that already this stream?
Pulse against ETH?
Yeah, I haven't checked that one in a long time. Be interesting to see how it's done up.
Why you want to see that?
Only because Pulse looks like it's holding up pretty good. You know, if you're looking at these pullbacks the last few days, we've had 15% sell off for most of these tokens. And
Yeah, Pulse looks great.
yeah,
Pulse
and that's
looks
kind of
great.
what we want, right? That's kind of what we want.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's pretty good, right?
It's phenomenal. Yeah, it's made a huge move. It's come back to do a retest in the shape of a falling wedge. It's extraordinarily bullish looking right now. I mean, and it's tapped right here, which is what you needed to retest. So it's all within fair game. Nothing has happened. For all the people who are new, nothing is happening that has me worried. As a matter of fact, Pulse Chain looks phenomenal. Pulse Chain looks phenomenal. Okay, ETH looks like crap. Pulse Chain looks great. Okay, Pulse Chain looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. The pulse pulp fell out a little bit. Okay. Let me go back to my babies here. Psst. I mean, this is amazing. If it was gonna break down, it would have broken down by now. That's what I feel.
Yeah, it would have done. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people yeeted today, and it's obviously
Oh,
not enough.
So much fear porn today, but that's how like
Totally.
it's been the story of DAI since we all got in a year and a half. You know, since the beginning of it. It's been a FUD fest on it. But it's looking great. It's looking great. I think it's in a new range, and we're going up. We're going up. Waiting for these news. I don't know, bro. Waiting for his news. What news? Where is 9iron? Oh, 9iron is typing. Is he typing? Okay. I'll wait. Over 1.1 billion in leverage wiped out in crypto. Only 1.1? I would have thought more, but see, the exchanges got their money. They're happy. Let's see what's going on. What's this? Oh. Yeah, we're gonna keep up to date on this. So I gotta make a video in the morning. I'll make one in the morning. Okay, what's the news for 9iron? Let's get it. What's he typing?
Where do we get it? Where is he typing?
Yeah, where is he typing? In the IRC chat? Have you noticed, guys, a lot of strength for pulse tokens during those dips? It seems do not dip as much when the market is down. Then, yeah, no, we're looking great. We're looking really good. Maybe market maker rip up during holidays when Jeets are with families. Yeah, they're just That's what I was showing everybody, some of the crazy news that's out right now. Like I was showing you the train wreck and like some murderer and like, you know, this is what people are going to be filled with right now, all these dramas. And I think they're setting up for a push up. Okay. Or we get a little more down and they just hold it in a range. They hold it until we get closer to the Trump bit, and then they just pump it up with some like epic news the Trump brings in. Either way, we're going up, and I don't think they're going to bring it down low enough to let people in. They're just going to keep people distracted. But I think we could just pump up. I have a maybe feeling like Christmas Eve or next week, Sunday night, we rip, right? Going into the holiday.
I agree with that. I think Christmas Eve is something everyone's looking towards. So yeah, I think if we get past this weekend, I think we're looking good.
And the people waiting down here for this pDAI dip doesn't come, and instead they wake up Christmas Eve. They didn't buy pDAI, and pDAI is on its way up to the sky. Let's see.
Traditionally, Christmas is a good, like things pump, right? Because everybody's drunk and happy and has money, like they're buying stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the bearish case for PHEX? Well, it's hard to have a bearish case right now when it's showing so much strength. We've moved from this lower range. Okay, it was very bullish because I draw these. We didn't even come into this one. We went into this one, tapped this one, and just went for it. Broke right out of it, and I mean we're looking really good. Let's see, maybe I drew this too high. It could be a little lower. Is that a retest? Yeah, look, it's and then it made another big run to the upside, and it's coming back again. I would say the bearish case for me, you want the bearish case is we make it head and shoulders here, or we come down to where we broke out of the range again, which is now we're coming back. We already tested it, which isn't necessarily good. And then we make we make a head and shoulders as well. And that would be your bearish case. And if we just draw it out just for fun, because you're asking, Breath, if you want to see the bearish case, I'm just going to like draw it to let's say we make the head and shoulders here. Okay. It comes back to this. You guys understand that, right? It comes down, taps, makes another shoulder, and then you got a big mess to contend with. And then we come into my purple box. We don't want to think about that.
I'm not sure you're going to see your purple box on this one. Like even if Richard Hart himself came online and started fudding PX, like, there would always be buyers, right? We've seen that with EHEX. So I don't think he's going to do that. I feel like there's
It
going to
did
be
touch
people
it.
buying on every step down.
It did touch it. No, Briath was asking what's my bearish case, but then he changed his comment. He said, "No, what's the bearish case for the top of the bull run?" Oh,
The bearish case locally for PHEX is you come down and kiss 2 cents, and then there's going to be everyone and his dog and his mother buying PHEX at 2 cents. Same situation as pDAI right now with 1 cent.
well, look. Here's the thing: if this goes to $5.55 from here, what's your drawdown from that?
$5.55. So you're saying if PHEX goes to, I like this movement, maths. You're saying if PHEX goes to $5.55
And
at
it
the end of
drops
this
99%.
coin season.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll drop 99% next time, but yeah, it's going to drop 90%, sure, 87%. Yeah,
it could go anywhere
Then-
from 5 cents to 30 cents on the drop. If it goes to 5.55, but here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing. If it goes to $5.55, and you do a 95% drop, that's about 30 cents. But I also had a super cycle theory for Hex that regardless of how high it goes, when it dumps, let's say it pulls down to 20 or 30 cents, and then it goes back to 55 cents, and maybe it gets held there. So it's like a bearish and bull case I have for the bear market here. Because every hexagon at this point, I watched some videos and I saw some Twitter. Everyone is like, "Oh, I'm keeping a lot liquid. I'm going to sell the top this time." Everybody's saying that.
yeah,
And
we've seen that.
yeah,
with
you
the,
see
with the locked data. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really into game theory, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe they all sell. It dumps, but then he pulls it back up to some floor, so then only the stakers get rewarded.
Oh, for sure, man. He's definitely going to punish those people that
Maybe.
that eat early.
It's just an idea, yeah.
I mean, we know his nature, right? So we have to look at the nature of the market maker, and we know certain habits of his market making before, and knowing what his character is. His character is he likes to move fast, and when he likes to dump fast. So as we say, like pullbacks, very aggressive pullbacks are in the game. So when we get to those kind of levels of, let's say 25 cents, that's going to be the first one. 25 cents is going to be the first major one where people psychologically go, okay, we're now at previous all-time high divided between EHEX and PHEX.
Here's the thing.
He's most probably going to punish those people that sell at that point.
Here's the thing I tell you guys about. See, to have a cult, you need to have like areas that get reached, right? So even as bad as, let's say, XRP is, I mean, obviously, look, it stayed in this range for how long? 2017 to now.
Yeah, years.
Basically, you made no money for 8 years. That's pretty much.
But when it establishes a new range, it doesn't come back into it, right? And my feeling is, Hartman's not as. He's not going to pull an XRP, so I think he's going to have to get it above the old floor sooner than XRP. I don't think he's going to wait like 7 years and keep it under 55 cents, or it never makes an all-time high. I mean, that would be very bad, because he has XRP doesn't have a new ecosystem. He has Pulse Chain, and if he doesn't break the all-time high, he's not going to attract a lot of big money into Pulse Chain. That's my theory. Okay, XRP was just this one token. Imagine he just had Hex. Well, he can do whatever he wants, but if you want big money to come, you have to make this break. Okay, and you got to do it on the next cycle, which XRP didn't do. So I think we go above 55 cents for sure, and ideally we don't come back under 55 cents. So maybe we go higher, much higher than $5.55, so we can still absorb a 95% drop, let's say, right? You can see, even XRP does it. But this stayed range bound for 2 cycles. That's bad, right? But they weren't onboarding people into new projects, But he has so many things. Maybe pDAI brings people. Who knows what else he makes successful? Maybe just bringing parity with pulse wrapped Bitcoin is enough to literally make everybody come over here and pay attention to him. Even if Hex doesn't do it. But that would be the bear case.
That'd be a good one, actually.
Yeah, I mean that could, right? But looking at the XRP chart, this would be like a bear case in terms of where we don't range above the old range high, 55 cents, which we need to get above to prove success. Every token makes a new high, right? Even Cardano on its way to making a new. And Hex does something. It's not just talk, right? Like one day, blah blah blah. Like it's, you know, it's a great project. It's a phenomenal, you know, token. So he needs to make what's happening like here. He needs to make that happen on this cycle. So we break above. But you see, XRP did it. It broke out, made a new range. We need to make a new range for Hex to be in, and that should ideally be above 55 cents. Bro, I'll never make it to $5. You know, you'll EES everything. Do I think Yeah, in a bull run with pDAI pegged to $1 and Pulse wrap Bitcoin at parity with Bitcoin, 100% Hex can go to $5. 100%. Do you know the amount of attention Pulse Chain is going to get, and Hex and Richard Hart? Even if he doesn't start streaming again, if Pulse wrap Bitcoin hits parity with Bitcoin and he pDAI pegs to $1, everyone's going to come to Pulse Chain. I mean, come on.
And Hex could hit $5 easier than pDAI could peg to $1, like logically, just math wise.
Hex can go to $5 easier than pDAI can go to $1. Is that what you just said?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think just in the math of it, right?
He is a mathematician.
You know,
so.
I think it's far from impossible.
Right. Well, that's cool, man. Well, that's a bold statement and
it's
possible.
And when he's Ethereum trade, he's not stupid, right? His Ethereum trade will be profitable. We saw just the other day, you know, he first went into profit for a week or so, and he had like 666 million. I can't remember how much. It was crazy. So even if ETH underperforms this system, let's say even ETH just goes to 8K, and it doesn't even reach 12K, it doesn't reach 15K, some of the targets people are talking about. That is a crazy money injection we have right there. People are going to be looking for things to go into, and Pulse Chain is the better Ethereum. It's simple as that. And when you start getting these copies that people are messing around with Pepe, whatever else, they can be bringing them over to Pulse Chain to get that extra squeeze.
Okay. Well, let's say ETH tops out here. It double tops. Okay. I mean, I don't think so, but maybe it doesn't go as high as we think. If it goes to only 5, let's say it goes here to 7K. I don't know why 7K. I think I've run fibs up here. So let's say it only goes to 7K. That's half the predicted, what, everyone says 15K? Let's say it only goes to 7K. Does that negatively affect us?
It's not optimistic.
It would still be positive. Anytime Richard Hart is in profit on his ETH trades, I think would be seen as positive for the Pulse Chain community. It'd be more positive if ETH went to like 27K though.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're just holding it back for now, and when it rips, it's really going to rip.
And also what you want to see is if the market makers were clever, what they would do is when they felt like ETH was topping out, they'd cash in on that trade, they'd remove their Pulse Chain ETH liquidity, and then they'd pair it with DAI. And then you're actually then giving your token, you know, when people start to sell their ETH and go into altcoins, you're then given a nice kind of lack of retrace dumpage for Pulse to kind of have its post altcoin pump, which I think will happen. I think the craziest gains will happen after the altcoin season. You know, the traditional altcoin season. That will happen at the very, very end of the market.
Look, I think I'm gonna count on ETH doing a 2x from its last all-time high. I'm gonna make my plans with that, and I don't think that's bearish, but it is lower than other people who have very high ETH expectations. 15K.
Yeah. So what was the last high for Bitcoin? What was it? I can't remember now. 70K, wasn't it?
1500. It did it. Now it's 5K. Then.
Yeah, so the previous high for Ethereum was what, 5.5K, and if you're saying it doubled,
I think we're about
that would mean it's underperforming Bitcoin, which I don't think is realistic.
You know, I think we're about here. So I mean, there's still a lot of upside.
You're just on the 10K if they doubled, right? In the most bearish scenario. So what, 4.8K was the top. If it doubled, you're talking about almost just on the 10K, right? Wait, Bitcoin, we all know it's going to at least double. So I think if Ethereum didn't even do more than a double, I think that'd be extremely bearish. But as far as Abdoul says, he's still multi millions of dollars in profit.
Yeah, he's still up, which is all that matters the most.
Many millions.
If BTC goes 140K, then ETH at least 14K, at least. Yeah, I mean, we'd expect that, right? 7K is the top. Yeah, Mr. Soj, I had that when I charted this earlier in the bull run. I was figuring about 7-8K. Also, I was going off what a trader told me a year ago, and he's like, they're going to suppress ETH this bull run. That's what he told me. I'm not going to tell you who it was. And so far, he's been right. I mean, they've suppressed the crap out of it, right? It shouldn't be here. We should have already been contending with this. When did it contend with? But we broke. How is everyone coming up with if BTC's at 240? That's because the whole market cap, the whole crypto market cap goes up dramatically, right? Well,
they're probably
BTC's at 240. Everything is pretty good, probably.
the all-time high of ETH from the cycle in 2018 was broken, okay, January of 2021. It didn't break until then. And in some ways it was, but it was already moving up to that goalpost by then, right? We're at the end of the year. I mean, look, this could move suddenly. If we go bullish this weekend or next week, we could see a quick pop to here and we pop through, right? Just like you have here. And maybe this is the phase we're in right now for ETH, where it's going to make a massive run. And then we'll have to see, how high could it go? It's
but just looking
it's
at
still
that.
bullish
Sorry,
looking.
I mean, looking at that ETH chart, you've kind of we had that descending triangle, right? With that horizontal triangle, we broke out of it recently, and then we actually dipped back down into it. So it looks super bearish. But the measure move, the local measure move for the breakout on the weekly is 7K. So I think
that's
that is
the way I came up with it.
Yeah.
So look, this is bullish looking, right? You've got possibly a cup and handle. You've got possibly an inverse head and shoulders that can form. No, there's nothing bearish about the bigger macro pattern here we've had over the last year. I don't see anything. I see it good, as long as we don't keep breaking down. We break down more and we come down to these lower levels. Like let's say we go to the 200 EMA, we got problems then. Then you're smashing this bullish structure to pieces. So I say we hold. This gives us propulsion for the upside. Yeah, you see this? This is all pretty bullish. Everything.
Yeah, we started this conversation by talking about let's be bearish. And I think the bearish outcome is that, let's say after this weekend, Bitcoin breaks down,
right,
and then it goes to the 80K range. Of course, we're going to see huge dumpage, and then what we're going to probably see is not a recovery probably until
you got to rebuild
end of Q1. We're going to have to rebuild until Q1, end of Q1. But it's not the end of the world. It just means that we'll get confirmation that we're probably going to fulfill.
If we come to the 200, we're still okay. Yeah, if we break down lower, if we start breaking down more, we're in trouble, man. Yeah.
It just means everyone's trapped for a few months, basically, and everyone's going to be miserable for 3 months. That's all it means. But,
we've already touched this. We don't want to come back here. Then we're rebuilding. But let's not hope for that.
Because it's the other scenario is we move too fast. We keep pumping, right? And then some of these people who are calling a July market top, their prophecy is more likely to be fulfilled. So in a way, we want this healthy correction. We don't want to obviously dump lower, but a healthy correction right here, as long as you're not too deep, it's fine. It's an absolute ideal situation is happening right now, I think.
This is just general macro kind of construction here is very bullish to me. Okay, and it's awesome, and we just gotta contend with this. I think we're gonna be fine. I think we'll range sideways. The fear, I am a little concerned about that fear and greed index only at 74. It's as if it needs to go a little bit lower, right? It needs to go to 50 at least. You need the market fear.
I know you mean, yeah.
But it hasn't gone down much this whole run.
That's
Damio.
crazy, isn't it? I've noticed that it's been crazy high.
It's been crazy high,
for a long time.
RH, when did he predict that? He predicted 240K. Oh, is that what I? You know what's funny? Do I have that? Where do I have some random target up here? Where is it? I have some target up here. Oh, look at my target. My target is between 195 and 220. Okay, that's close to his. It's very possible. There is BTC liquidity on exchanges is, oh, okay, I have a target. I don't remember doing that. Who knows why I put it there. I don't know how I calculated that now. There's less and less currently according to Glassnode. Yeah, liquidity is drying up, but that could be manufactured too, but either way it's drying up. But if the price pushes up that much, yeah, it could be manufactured, but either way, it is drying up on exchanges. It's being reduced. But it's in their best interest to keep driving the price up if that's the point of the market we're in, which I do think we're in. So then we go higher. I don't see any reason. I think we're going higher, Pops.
Yeah, I had 180k as my realistic target for this bull run for Bitcoin.
You had 300k?
But obviously now, I'm talking about, I charted this 2 years ago for 180k roughly.
Okay.
But yeah, I think 220 is easy possible. But there's so much stuff going on right now. We did not expect to have this hugely bullish US government coming in. You know, we didn't expect the petrodollar to collapse. There's so much stuff going on outside of what our charts tell us, because those charts are only going on historical data. So yeah, we could go anywhere. We could go down 800k. It's totally possible. So at the moment, it's kind of stupid to even speculate about that. We just got to keep our eye on the what we're doing right here. You know, keep looking every week, making sure we're not overexposed, and just take it each week as we go, because you know how crazy this world is. Anything can happen.
Look, man, this takes us to Friday. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. Look, man, look at the timing of this range. Right? If we were to look at this trend line, we need to break this, of course, to the upside. It's lines up with Saturday, Sunday, the weekend. So it could be something we dance on this. Everyone may be expecting a collapse from it, and then we pop into the next week. Yeah, very much.
Yeah, I've got a lot of money sitting on the side waiting for this weekend to close out, and then I'll be probably redeploying after the weekend.
So, sir, what was the exact day and time when I should deploy? Monday?
Yeah, I would be.
No, I think
I would be DCAing right
saying,
now.
Yeah, I think what we're saying is, though, I think just we gotta let this thing play out for a couple more days.
When pDAI gets to a penny,
the dust balls, and go from there.
When pDAI gets to a penny, back up the truck. No, I think it's fair to say now and into the weekend, you've probably got bounces right now, but we'll have another test, because what the market's going to want to do is test, is this the bottom? Okay, so you've got everything's probably taking a nice little bit of a rebound. You got green, everything's bouncing off those lower trends it made, and you see you've hit this, you bounce. So the market's got to come down and make certain, hey, was this the bottom? And it's either going to go lower, you're going to double bottom, or you're going to have a higher low. And that's when you know, like, you know, back up the truck. If you make a lower low, then, you know, you have to wait. And so the next bit down, whether that's a double bottom or a higher low, that's your retest. And that would give you the confidence to know, like, cool, I think that's it. That was the bottom.
Yeah, I think we've hit the bottom. I think I mean, my guess is that we've hit the low for September on Bitcoin. But I would like to see that confirmation.
Government.
Because I'm not a gambler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to see that confirmation. Yeah.
Could Jerome Powell says he won't add BTC to any treasury out of that. Yeah, maybe Trump comes in, Congress is like, no, we're printing money. No, I don't know what the news will be. Something bullish is going to be announced, of course, and it's going to send everyone into Bitcoin crazy town.
COVID part 2.
Oh, you know what's
Free money
crazy?
for everyone.
You know what's crazy? Wasn't there, California's already on state of emergency, aren't they? For a duck outbreak or chicken outbreak or something?
The duck pox.
You saw that?
Very dangerous. No, I didn't, but I believe it.
California.
Aren't they talking about some sort of possible government shutdown towards the end of this year?
Oh, they talk about that close to the end of every year.
I'm not really sure what that means. I don't really understand that. But
They threaten that once every cycle that if the budget doesn't pass, everything's going to shut down on Friday, but it never seems to shut down.
Okay, so California already went into a state, but this may be the fear. It may not actually materialize into something. This is a great this robot video I can watch over and over. It's awesome. That's why I love when the robot like puts his arm up and falls over. It's the best. So we have this. What's this guy playing about? Okay, he's playing Metallica.
hey, Stain, if you like robots, right, you got to check out the Boston Dynamics.
Oh yeah, I know that.
They have some crazy robots on
Yeah.
there doing all sorts of crazy shit.
So this got declared an emergency, severe bird flu case. I don't know. Yeah, we could have. Okay, I don't want to end on a bare note. We're closer to the end than the beginning. But one thing that could happen is we could be setting up for a demand-destroying event. Okay, that would probably bring everything down, but that would have to happen sooner than later. Oh, it could. Oh, guys, it could happen early next year. It could be like February, March. We have some event. Everything comes down. You know, who knows? Maybe it's this bird flu thing that they let it rip out of control. I already lose that news. Where'd it go? You know, and I think another state, Wisconsin, already was affected. Chat, I don't know if you guys saw something. I think Wisconsin already announced something as well. Already people are saying right on schedule, blah, blah, blah. There's no more, it's all lies, propaganda. Yeah, it could just be all bullshit, right? But,
Bird
you know,
flu's not a new thing. Like that's been,
Yeah.
that comes up once every like 3-4 years, all the time, forever.
so I think we go higher. If something happens early next year, it would be too easy to FUD the election because everyone's expecting something. So it has to happen, like, let's say, early spring. And then you get one of these where you have something and then the government steps in, blah, 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 and then we rip again, right? That'd be like and that would easily take you into 2026 at that point, which makes a lot of sense too. That gives, Jeters a chance to get out. Everyone thinks, oh, that's the end of the bull run. This bull run sucked. We got screwed. And then we rip again. And this next rip is the big one. It's like the one where Pulse Chain goes to $1. Hex is at $5.55. It's absolutely crazy. Fast Abdoul has midgets on stream. It's just absolutely nuts. There's a
Dancing
monkey.
midgets.
There's a monkey on his
Oompa
shoulder. Dancing girls. There's a hot tub in the middle of my office. There'll be top signals all over the place now. Bird flu in California. You guys get your boosters. I have to say that so the algorithm likes me. Get your booster shots. You should be on your 3rd or 4th booster by now, chat. I've had 6 or 7 and I'm doing fine. I'm perfectly okay.
Just make sure you buy your crypto before you get your booster, please, because then that will essentially be dead money and won't ever be sold. So I like that. Thanks.
All hail our robot overlords. That should help the algorithm. They like that.
Nice dreams. Party time, Velcro midgets. Robot dingoes stealing babies. I won't. All right, well, I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I'm going to sleep with one eye open. And we're it's printing bullish signals all over the place. I mean, I think this could be close to the bottom.
It looks like you'll have to be streaming every day now till Sunday, man. I mean, anything could happen, right?
I will stream tomorrow and also Saturday, and then Sunday if I have to, because, well, it looks like it, but I gotta take time off. So, as everybody else should, this time of year, but maybe I can just come into the office and like jump on. We'll do a live. If things are pumping, then that's it, man. We'll just cover it. We got to. I'm gonna be euphoric if we're pumping into the holidays. We're looking good, guys. I think the bottom is right about here. Let's look. We don't want lower lows all over the place, especially ETH. We don't want ETH down breaking any more than that. So keep our fingers crossed. Gentlemen, what do you guys have to say? I'm going to start to wrap up here.
Yeah, all I'd say is just keep stay near the computer this weekend.
Don't go nowhere.
And
Skip
make sure you don't
Christmas.
miss any opportunities, That's what I'd say. But
Yeah.
stay cautious and stay near the computer.
Fast Abdoul, what do you think?
Remain calm. Have a plan. If you have a plan, when something happens, you don't freak out.
That's true.
And and don't do anything sudden, right? Like, to me, and this is just my opinion, I think that the entire crypto sphere is unlikely to change in the next 14 days. I think most things will be mostly the same come January 1st. So yeah, if you feel like the sky is falling or that we're going to the moon, probably dull your expectations either way, and just DCA in, DCA out. Don't sell your whole bag. Don't mortgage the house. That would be what I would do.
Yeah. In a way, have your psychological limit orders. Yeah. If there is, I'm biased to the upside. I genuinely am. Okay. We've talked endlessly in this video, but you should be ready because nobody knows. Nobody knows. You guys have all seen The Wolf of Wall Street. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. So you should be ready. If they're going to nuke everything, what are you going to do? What are you going to sell? What are you going to hold? Yeah. You should have something on your mind so you can stay calm because everyone, spend time with your friends, your family. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, do something nice for somebody. Eat some good food with some people you care about and you're going to laugh with and smile with. Go to church if you can. But even if you don't go to church, send good blessings to everyone you know before you go to bed. Wish everyone you know good feelings in your mind and your heart, to your family, your friends, to Bitcoin, to pDAI. And that'll create more grace in your life. So, but we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to keep tabs on this and we'll talk to you guys later. Night chat.
Cool.
Night, gentlemen.
Take care.
Thank you.